have the line.
Welcome, Wildcat fans. I'm Cindy McCarthy, and tonight I am being joined by Cody Ratliff. We're broadcasting live from Springville, where the Wildcats are taking on the Cedar Valley Christian Huskies. But before we talk more about tonight's game, we want to recognize our sponsor for Wildcat Sports, Next Bank. Next Bank is your bank for what's next. Your next car, next home, next business, next phase of life, or next adventure. 5 locations to serve you: Central City, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Coralville, and Waterloo. Next Bank is proud to sponsor Central City Sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Well, we're back at it tonight. It's Cody, you got Cody and I, the A-team.
Yeah. Ready and rocking, ready to watch the Huskies take on the Wildcats.
Okay, so just kind of a little bit. This is early in the season, so just a little bit about CVC. Last year they were 1-18, but I did notice that both of their top scorers are back. So they were a relatively young team last year. So we'll see. They're 0-1 on the season. They got beat by East Buck 18-69, but I think I saw some ratings that East Buck is rated this year early on.
That's something I noticed too.
Yeah.
I mean, East Buck's been getting better and
yeah,
better.
they've had some good athletes.
It's starting to pay off for them.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens
Yeah.
tonight. We are 0-3 to start the year, but hopefully we can get things going
Well,
here.
we've been
Somebody's going to
competitive.
come out of this gym with a win, and we've been competitive. So let's hope those few extra games have us clicking a little better than these guys are still trying to figure out what's going on here.
Just one last comment on CVC is one of their look at their roster here. Pospisil is a name on there. There's a sister combo, Jesse and Abby, and they were pretty good volleyball players. They actually were really impressed Tanner and I, and they had a couple other athletic kids. So I see both those names here on the basketball thing too. So you never can take anybody lightly. You never know what situations are, injuries, that kind of thing. So like you mentioned, you can go ahead. We can talk a little bit about the Wildcats. They're 0-3 coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, we dropped a close one with Springville.
The first game.
That ended up being a 13-point loss, and then we lost up at Elkader. I think, if I heard right, they were ahead at halftime.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
And ended up coming up short in the second half. And then the other night, the game that we did, Marquette Catholic, lost to those guys by 30.
But the thing with that, and you and I are both going to say, is that we probably lost 14 points, if not 16 points in the first half on offensive rebound putbacks. And then if you take those out, we were even with them, potentially even winning the game.
And we only shot the ball. I talked to Coach after the game. It
was really bad.
I was less than 20% from the floor. I want to say 18 or so.
And we talked. We liked the way they were just, passing and cutting. There was a lot of movement, and they had some good looks. They just could not ever get anything to drop. Sarah had some, and some of them were in and out. They went in, spun around, and popped back out. So hopefully we'll get things going here. So we are in Springville. This is where CVC plays their home games when Springville's on the road. Springville's in Lisbon tonight. And so that's why when we went on the air, we said we were at Springville, but we're not playing Springville tonight.
Yeah.
So Wildcats are obviously the away team. They got their red unis, and CVC's in their white uniforms. They've got some blue stripes going down their leg, and they're blue and silver and black, I believe. So they're going through their warm-ups right now. It's about 5 minutes here to tip off. So I'm anxious just to see how the kids bounce back. And I guess, if you haven't listened to us, if you didn't catch the last game, Wildcats do have a new coach.
Yep, Coach Jay Malloy.
Yep. And like we talked, we liked the movement, and there's some athletic kids out there, and they were doing some good things. It was just that first half we played a 1-3-1, and I guess we should probably mention that Marquette Catholic had about 3
6-foot players.
Yeah, there was like about 5'10", 5'10", 6 foot, or 5'10", 5'11". They were just big bodies, and we're just having a hard time
keeping them off the glass.
Yeah, keeping them off the glass and just not getting in the position. We were playing a 1-3-1, so I'm not. I don't know if that's a staple of Coach Malloy's. Again, you and I, that was our first game we saw, so I don't know if that's a staple of his or if it's just it was something he thought would be work against. And actually, you know, to be honest, to say that it's not good to give up, and this is just us guessing, 7 or 8 offensive rebounds. But on the other hand, that means that they were missing.
Yeah,
you know,
that was the one thing I took from that game. I thought they were aggressive. We had tons of steals. One person I'll call out, sophomore Sarah Ashley.
Yeah.
I can remember distinctively her getting 4 or 5 steals out of that zone when they would try to reverse the ball back around. And you know, we played good defense. The problem was when the shot was in the air, we didn't get a body on someone, and we didn't take care of business.
Yeah. And so, you know, it ended up being a 30-point game, but realistically, you and I kind of talked about it. I felt like we were right there with them, but then when we looked at the scoreboard,
you know, it wasn't because we couldn't play defense.
No. And then, you know, in the
towards
the end of the first half and then pretty much the whole second half, we did go to that full court press, and you and I both liked the way they were aggressive with that. That Sarah Ashley and a couple other kids were getting deflections, and we were getting some steals, and so there was some good movement, good things to come from it, even though it was you could say it was a 30-point. Everybody's like, 30-point loss, but
sometimes you don't worry about the score, and you just worry about what you're doing right and what you can improve on.
Build, and you know, this I talked about this the other day too. Is Coach Malloy's filling out combinations. They went to a 5 substitution pattern. I think they were trying to keep up that press, and they wanted people to stay fresh because they saw that it was giving Marquette some problems. And the other thing, in the second half, we pretty much played them even. You know, it was just that first half giving up those offensive boards. So looking forward here to see how we come back. And this is kind of a bonus game here to play in the Springville gym and get a game in here, you know, so that when you come and play Springville the next time, you've we played here before. Yeah, you know. So, and I'm sure they're looking forward to that rematch.
Kind of reminds me of the opportunity of when we ended their season 1 playoff game, and we needed a place to practice, so we came over to their place since they were done with basketball. We practiced over there.
I remember that.
Yeah, I'll never forget that, because back in that day we didn't have Huddle and all this online streaming, and midway through practice I got a call and we could get some game film from North Tama, but I had to drive to Colonesco to go get it.
Yeah.
So I ended up leaving practice early to go get it and meet the coach.
Why did we practice at Springville?
I think the train show was in town.
Oh, yeah, there was something in the gym,
Nobody expected us to still be playing ball that late in the year. And
that was a fun season.
Stuff over
there. That's right. That's right. I remember coming and practicing here.
Yep.
So
me too. It was fun.
Yeah. So we have about a minute and a half here. The both teams are finishing up their free throws and last shots here, and then we're going to go ahead and probably get ready for the starting lineups. You know, hopefully, we can knock down some shots. And you know, the other thing, too, I coached enough and watched enough basketball. It was, you know, sometimes when you're having like a poor shooting night, if that one person can just make the basket, then it kind of it takes the lid off and everybody else kind of catches fire, you know?
It's contagious.
But we just never got that, like 2 shots in a row or something like that to kind of loosen people up and get things going. It was like 1 here, 1 there. So hopefully they'll come out and somebody will hit one right away, and it'll take a little bit of pressure off, and we'll have an scoring outburst. Yes, that's what. So we'll see who's who waving at
Kelly Malone's waving at us like we're crazy up here. Now Vaughn's in on it. We got the whole crowd waving over there. It's kind of nice being up here in our own little.
We don't have to worry about
perch from Springville.
Yeah.
Good seats, you know.
Mm-hmm. Bird's eye view.
Yeah, 20 feet in the air up here.
They got a new gym floor this year too. Kind of copied us. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, you'll have that.
It's better than those old flip over bleacher seats they had.
All right, so there's the horn here, getting ready for the starting lineup.
Springville High School, the home court of the Cedar Valley Christian School Huskies. Tonight's contest is a Tri-Rivers Conference girls matchup between the Huskies and our guests from Central City.
All right, time for our starting lineups.
First of all, for the Wildcats, number 1,
Lily Kramer, senior for the Wildcats.
And for the Huskies, number 10, Abby Scroggs.
Abby Scroggs is a 6-foot senior
Central City, number 2,
checking in.
Sarah Ashley.
Second starter is number 2, Sarah Ashley, sophomore transfer. She's 5'2", but plays defense all over the floor.
Yeah, real quick. Then you have Abby Pospisil, one of the athletic sisters that I talked about, who's a really good volleyball player. She's a 5'6" senior.
Emma Treidel, junior, 5'8", little sister of Maddie Treidel, is the third starter.
Caitlin Giels, senior, 5'6".
Number 13, Emma Fritcher, junior, 5'10".
And for the Huskies, Natalie Kelly, a senior, 5'7".
And last one for the Wildcats is number 25, Sarah Reed, sophomore, 5'10".
And the last starter for the Huskies is Delaney Sheffers, a senior, 5'5".
We will probably be getting a national anthem here momentarily, so there'll be a quick pause in our play-by-play, but we will be right back after the anthem.
Tonight's anthem will be performed by an ensemble from the Cedar Valley Christian School Concert Choir.
All right. So, concert choir or something I heard him say for the Huskies did a nice job with the national anthem, and so we are now getting ready for the tip-off.
Yeah, giving a little sportsmanship speech, and we'll be ready to roll. That was always number 1 in your book, Karth. I know. Sportsmanship,
Yes.
sportsmanship all day.
Sportsmanship is important. While if you're out there listening, we'd love to hear from you. I think there's a way you can do a chat if you want to log into YouTube, which you might as well do and create an account if you want to listen to us. And this way we can talk back and forth. And
yeah, it's always fun to see who's listening. Do we got anybody even logged in
One.
yet? No, somebody's out there.
Ashley Ratliff was calling you, it looks like.
No.
But
well,
we don't have time to talk because the game's going on here. So Sheffers has the ball for the Huskies. Wildcats are coming out. It looks like in that 1-3-1, so Coach Malloy must like that. We've got Fritcher out on top. There's a tip by Fritcher, and it's going to be a steal by Sarah Ashley, who picks it up. And she gets it over to Kramer. Kramer gets it down to Reed on the baseline, back to Kramer. Kramer's going to drive in, kicks it back out to Ashley, who gets it to Treidel, who moves it back to the other side of the floor to Reed. Cross court to Ashley, and she's going to go for a little runner, shoots an air ball, and it's rebounded by Giels, and she's looking inside. Now the Wildcats are playing a little bit of man-to-man. I like the change up there. We got a steal, now coming back with a different defense. We've got Sheffers dribbles down to the baseline and picks up her dribble and is tied up, and it is going to be a jump ball, and the Wildcats are going to get it. And so now the Huskies come out in a little bit of their own.
A little bit of press.
Yeah.
Maybe we can break it here.
Yeah, 2-1-2, and Kramer gets it up to Treidel. Treidel looked and then dropped it, and now we're just going to have to set up in our offense here.
Little 2-3 zone from the Huskies. Lily Kramer's got the ball at the top of the key. Over to Sarah Ashley, the left wing, back to Kramer. Over to Emma Treidel on the right wing. Back to Lily Kramer. She's going to take the three and air ball. Sarah Reed gets the rebound, put back.
Nice.
No good, but draws a foul. So
nice rebound by Sarah, staying active on that shot.
I like the Wildcats there. I mean, you and I feel like have different philosophy. I don't know. Maybe the game's changed so much since we coached. Everybody's so run and gun all the time, and I would rather run an offense for 40 minutes and get one good look than
teams don't like to play defense. We even talked about it when we coached. You know, kids just don't play defense.
All right, Sarah Reed knocks the second free throw down, missed the first one. So Wildcats are up 1-0.
There's a
and
steal.
She just gets her steal on the inbounds. And she gets it out to Emma Treidel, over to Sarah Ashley, back to Reed in the corner. She's going to take a 12-footer, airballed it, and it might be a Wildcat. Yep, off the Huskies, out of bounds.
It hit Fritcher, and then it hit a Husky. So
yeah, it was
Wildcats will keep it here.
Nice job by Fritcher by playing it off. Fritcher's going to inbounds here, out to Lily Kramer. She gets a screen from three girls, and she's going to get it blocked out of bounds, saved
Good
back.
Hustle by Fritcher.
By Fritcher, over to Sarah Reed in the corner. She's
going
to knock down a 7-footer. Nice job, girls. Was that Emma Treidel with the save? Or Fritcher with the save.
And there's a steal.
Fritcher with the steal over to Treidel, and a layup no good by Treidel. Sarah Reed, another 10-footer, no good. Fritcher lost it, and it's Husky ball.
Yep. So we had some looks there, a couple easy baskets, and just didn't take advantage of that. Hopefully we can take care of that next time. Well, that's a little weird. Instead of calling a foul, I think they just said it was off of us because I never even saw the ball hit our
I don't
girl.
think Ashley touched it there.
So the Huskies have it on their end of the floor. We've got Sheffers being defended by Ashley. Sheffers is looking. Still looking. Wow, that has to be 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Dang. Looking some
still
more.
Looking.
We got John Ferris who's listening tonight from ADM.
All right.
Awesome. Appreciate you listening in. We got our first sub of the game for the Wildcats. It looks like Emma Treidel's going out. And
Tesla Malloy's in for her. All right, 3-0, 5:40 to go here in the first quarter. Lily Kramer takes the inbound. She's walking it up. They extend in their deep.
Yeah, it looks like a 1-2, maybe a 1-3-1 with this too. So our kids should be used to, if we're playing it, they should be used to.
There's Tesla Malloy with a shot, air ball.
Well, I think we've shot 3 air balls so
we
far
have at
tonight.
least 3 air balls.
On
the bright side, I think we've got them all back.
Yes.
So here we go. We're going to try it again here. Ball gets inbound to Tesla Malloy. Squares up, looks at the defense, gets it inside to Sarah Reed, over to Lily Kramer in the corner, back to Tesla. Down low, little high-low action.
Sarah probably should have pump faked and taken
Sarah
that
Reed
up.
tried to get it to the weak side there. And
so Pospisil is going to bring it up for the Wildcats this time.
The Huskies.
For the Huskies, my bad. Gets it into, and there's a steal
by Sarah Ashley. Hopefully she gets her head up here and sees the 2-on-1 break. Sarah Reed takes it. Maybe a foul, but no call. Fritcher gets the rebound.
Another
gets
air
blocked.
ball hits the backboard, rebounded. Well, they're letting them play.
Yep, we got Malloy, gets it over to Reed in the corner, squares up, doesn't like it, skip pass over to Kramer, one dribble into the lane, kick out to Tesla Malloy, 3 is up.
No good.
No good.
And rebounded by Pospisil. Jessie Pospisil brings it up, and she gets the ball in the middle of the floor, then crossover, goes to the left side, gets it inside, and then there's a back door to Abby Pospisil, but it's knocked out of bounds by the Wildcats, so it's going to stay Husky ball.
Tesla Malloy did a nice job of moving her feet there, slid in and knocked the ball out of bounds.
There's a nice little
block
by Sarah Reed. Sarah Reed. And the Wildcats are pushing the ball up the floor here, getting set up.
All right.
I think it's a 1-3-1, I'm just going to say. And there's Sarah Reed with the corner. Yeah, a shot from the corner. That was a nice little shot. Sarah's got that about 10-footer. So the Wildcats kind of doing just a man-to-man full court, it looks like.
Yep, gives them a 5-0
Yep,
lead.
there's
There's
a
Tesla
steal.
Malloy with the steal. We got a chance for a 3-on-2 break. Not quite there. Nice recovery by the defense. Oof. Got bodies all there. We
Finally calling a body there.
go. Ooh, Tesla Malloy had a nice little dump pass to
Fritcher
in the high post, and
Fritcher went to make a move and they bodied
she had
her.
a husky on her back like she was wearing a backpack.
So, whoa. Fritcher's going to pass it in here. The Wildcats are
Be
do
close to a
something.
5-second call, but a
Whoa.
throw out of bounds.
Just kind of a nonchalant.
Yep.
Ashley just didn't catch that. Should have had it probably. Wasn't pinpoint perfect pass, but catchable. So there's a turnover on the Wildcats. So we've got Janessa Betzworth, who's checked in for the Huskies, who's bringing the ball up, going down the right-hand side, gets it to a Pospisil. She passes it inside. Nice dump down into Abby Scroggs, 6-foot senior, gets the Huskies on board. So it's 5-2 with 3:25 left in the first quarter.
There's Sarah Reed from the corner again. One pass right to her, and not so good this time.
Nope. Betzworth brings it up the floor. Wildcats are in a man-to-man. There's Pospisil, and there's Ashley reaching in, and I guess they're going to call a jump ball. That's pretty good.
Yep.
And it's going to stay down here with the Huskies. I think the Wildcats got the last one.
Yep. 5-2 Wildcats. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Getting plenty of looks. Again, just struggling to knock it down.
Mm-hmm.
Sooner or later, those are going to start falling, I'm telling you.
Exactly. So Betzworth checking things out, being guarded by
Emma Tridle.
Emma
just checked in,
Tridle.
yeah.
She's going to take it to the right-hand side, gets to Pospisil. Pospisil tries to dump it into Scroggs again. It's deflected. Huskies retain possession, so, Pospisil with the shot, and the attempted block by Tesla Malloy is, they call her for the foul there. So that's going to be, I think that's the first foul of the game.
We had for
I
the
guess
say there's a couple on
Oh,
there.
yeah. So first foul on the Wildcats. And the free throw's a little off, so it's going to be still 5-2 with 2:50 left. Pospisil has another shot. And that's up and good. And there's going to be a timeout here with a sub.
Yeah.
So we've got sub for the Huskies over here.
Well, you know, Karth, I don't care tonight if you update me on the Iowa game and ruin it because they're playing the Michigan Wolverines, so I'm not holding my breath.
So Malloy, yeah, you got it.
Emma Tridle's got the ball. Skip pass over to Malloy. Nice dump down by Reed to Ashley. She probably just needed to shoot that.
I was going to say.
But she tried one more pass across the lane to Emma Fritcher, who was open. The problem was the passing lane wasn't open. There was a tie ball, and now Wildcats will retain possession and be throwing it out of bounds underneath their basket. Nice screen by Sarah Reed for Emma Tridle. Back down to Fridger, who just came in and airballed the layup.
Another
we're running the other way. Karth, that play was as pretty as it gets, other than the shot not hitting anything.
Well, I like the way the Wildcats are being unselfish, but they're almost being too unselfish. And,
look up the floor. There we go. Nice lead pass to Sarah Ashley, and she throws up another air ball.
That one was partially blocked.
That might have been a little blocked.
They're letting them play. So Pospisil comes into the front court, gives it to her sister, Jessie Pospisil. They look inside to Scroggs. Looks like a travel to me, but.
Is that a Fritcher block there?
Yeah, I guess we can give her a block.
Possibly steal / block there by Emma Fritcher.
So there's a high-low, and there's a nice bank shot. Sarah Reed up at the free throw line dumps it down to Emma Fritcher for the Wildcats.
Fritcher
2 points.
Posted
nice
up
shot.
on the block and squared up and textbook off the backboard.
That was just the LeBron James travel. Did you see that video?
No, I didn't.
Emma Fritcher, ball goes right through her hands for an attempted steal. Goes back to the Huskies, but the Wildcats do get the rebound.
All right, Tesla Malloy's bringing it up here. Kicks it over to Emma Tridle. Tridle back to Malloy at the top of the key.
I like that high-low if they could get it into Sarah here.
Yeah, they've been doing a decent job moving the ball around.
Oh,
there's
Sarah
Ashley back to Sarah Reed.
Yeah, there's a nice
beautiful
pass that time.
Sarah Ashley out on the baseline. Sarah Reed diving down, little bounce pass to her, hit her in stride for the bucket to go up 9-3. There's a steal by Emma Tridle. And she's got a run-out foul. I was going to say we got to call that one for sure. Emma Tridle's knocked to the ground.
Yep. Pospisil is bringing the ball up for the Huskies, and Emma picked her pocket, and she's going to go to the line now for 2 shots. So it's 9-3 with 57 seconds left.
All right, first shot here for Tridal is good. I think that might be the spark that Tridal needs to get going. I know she's been having some struggles shooting from the floor in her increased role of basketball, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yep.
And the second one is an air ball.
So the Wildcats
10-0 or 10-3.
10-3 with 57 seconds left. Got a sub here for the Huskies. So the Wildcats.
Full court press here. I like it.
Going full court. And they get it in and hand it back to Banowitz. Betzworth, I'm sorry, Betzworth. I don't know. Banowitz's last
game, Carth.
I know. Betzworth. Oh, there's going to be a potential steal.
Nice way to get in there, Lily Kramer. Cause a jump ball.
Exactly. Good hands right there.
Yep. Didn't reach, but was able to knock it loose.
So as a jump ball, it'll stay with the Huskies. And they get it into Pospisil, back to Betzworth.
40 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Wildcats staying in that man-to-man. There's
nice.
a deflected out there by Reed. Kramer gets it and gets it up to Ashley, who misses the layup. And Lily, nice hustle.
Lily Kramer, Lily Kramer followed it. Well, the way the Wildcats have been shooting.
Yeah.
That's probably a smart play there. We got the throw ahead to Sarah Ashley, who missed her layup, and Lily Kramer kept following the ball and was able to get the rebound and go back up and get fouled and
missed her first free throw.
Yep. So that's already 4 fouls on the Huskies in the first quarter. So again, if you can't make them from the floor, let's keep working, get to the free throw line, and get them that way.
Yep.
And Kramer is nothing but net on the second one. 11-3 Wildcats. 28 seconds to go.
So the Wildcats get it up to Sheffers, who's going to dribble to the baseline, stopped by Reed. Now she's got a couple people on her. Now she tries to shoot it. No, they're going to call the foul on Sarah.
Clock's still running. There we go.
Yeah. I think there was a little mix-up on who was guarding who in that time, because we had Emma Fritcher checking in for Sarah Ashley, so there's got to be a switch as far as who's guarding who there, because I'm sure Fritcher's not going to be guarding the point guard.
Point guard, yeah.
Yeah. I like that hustle with Lily. A lot of times when you do that kick out on a fast break and the other, you just assume your teammate's going to make the layup. And a lot of times people just stand back and get ready to
Everybody
play
starts
D.
watching, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was nice that she just continued up the floor and got that offensive rebound, and the Wildcats got a point out of the deal. But on that foul, Huskies knocked down both of their free throws, and they're in their own little full court press. And
all right, Tesla Malloy is going to take a 1-on-2, kicks it to Sarah Reed in the corner. No. Nice job of getting inside, but no good for Sarah Reed. Tesla Malloy
just about got the foul that is the worst foul in the game of basketball, but luckily for her, they didn't call anything. So there's a little dump down from Pospisil down to Scroggs. And
that's the end of the first quarter.
So not
a little, 4-0 run for the Huskies here in the last 30 seconds of the first quarter. I don't think Coach is too happy about that, but regardless, Wildcats still retain the lead, 11-7.
Well, I had positive things. Wildcats are still getting some good looks. It's just our shooting is just a little bit inconsistent there. When you get those free throws, or not free throws, but those layups. We've missed a couple different layups. We talked about that, and we're playing good D. We're getting some steals and stuff, but you just got to knock down those easy shots like that, because they'll just come back to haunt you a little bit at the end of the game. CVC does have that 6-footer Scroggs, and they like to post her up, and they've done a good job here. They haven't gotten it to her every single time, because our guards have been doing a really, really good job of making it hard to get the entry pass down into her. But she's not bad when she gets it. Yeah.
That one was textbook, just a nice entry pass, and she squared up and finished right. I was like, oh, that was early enough. I thought this might be a long game if we're going to let her keep doing that. All right, second quarter getting ready to kick off here. No, I guess not kick off. It's not football season. But Emma Fritcher is going to get the ball into Tesla Malloy.
See if we can get some other people scoring here besides Sarah Reed. Sarah's got quite a few of the
7 of the 11.
7 out of the 11. So we need to get a couple other people here.
Lily Kramer's got a free throw, and Fritcher's got a bucket, and I think Tridle's got one. There's a shot up.
Another air ball.
Another air ball by Emma Fritcher, but Sarah Reed was on the weak side, was able to corral it and go right back up and get the 2-foot shot. We'll take it.
So we got the Huskies bringing it down, and there's going to be a steal.
Yes, nice job, Emma Fritcher. Ends up with 2 girls laying on her, but Wildcats keep the ball. Long pass up the floor to Tridle, who mishandled it but was able to keep it in possession. And now Malloy's got it out at the right wing. She's going to look to get it to Sarah Reed, top of the key. Back to Malloy. She looks at thought about shooting it over to Kramer. Bounce pass into Sarah Reed.
Not good spacing right there.
Yeah.
Tried to do about a 1-foot bounce pass, and it just not good spacing. So steal by the Huskies. We've got Betsworth checking things out and gets it inside, then back out to Betsworth for the shot, and it's an air ball. And Tridle's going to come up with the rebound. We've seen a lot of air balls tonight.
Must be the new lighting in this gym.
Yeah, it must be the gym. Neither team's played here.
There's Lily Kramer over to Reed in the corner. She's going to take the 12-footer. No good.
There's another offensive rebound.
Should have had it. Should have had the offensive rebound, but 2 girls went out. There's
Emma Fritcher's going to get called for a foul.
Yep.
It was a silly foul. Emma Fritcher was kind of trailing the play and not really, I don't know if she didn't think Betsworth was what she was going to do and ran right into the back of her, so they called that. So it's 3rd team foul on the Wildcats. That's 2 fouls, though, on Fritcher, I believe. So she's the first Wildcat in a little bit of foul trouble. Wildcats have went to a 2-3 zone. There's a steal by Malloy.
Steal by Malloy up to Kramer. Kramer back to Malloy. Malloy's going to take the 3, and it's good.
There we go. Give the assist to Kramer there.
Yeah,
got a
nice
first 3-pointer. Whoop. Got a timeout, I guess, over there.
Coach Malloy's calling timeout, and nobody in the gym was hearing him except for us, and we're on the other side of the gym.
We have headphones on.
Yeah.
So that makes it 16-7. Wildcats opening up here, come out of here to start the second quarter, with a 5-point run, kind of matched the 4-point run that CVC ended the first quarter on. So we got 7-16. We're going to go ahead and give a shout out to Next Bank. What are you saving for? Whether it's retirement, your child's education, a new car, just a rainy day, Next Bank has the right savings account for whatever's next for you. Next Bank is committed to help you achieve what's next for your financial dreams. Bank on your success with Next Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And so Wildcats coming out here, their first possession they were in the 1-3-1. Then they switched up to man, and now coming out of the second quarter there, they went to the 2-3 zone. And that seems to be, I think we've gotten about two turnovers or 2 steals in a row, haven't we? We had Tesla had a steal, and then
Fritcher had a steal.
Yeah, Fritcher had a steal. So we've gotten some steals out of that 2-3 zone. So now Wildcats are going to a 1-3-1 full court press. So we'll see how this happens, or what this does with
watch
CVC
them getting it back to Betsworth here.
Yep. So they're going to get it into Pospisil, and she gets it up. There's a travel,
huh?
But they didn't call it, and she takes it all the way in. That was
nice rebound by Fritcher up to Lily Kramer. Kramer chucks it up the floor to Sarah Reed.
No advantage, so Sarah waits for her teammates, and there's Emma Fritcher with the shot.
Well, we're getting progress.
Reed kind of got pushed out of the way by Pospisil, but no call. So Betsworth's going to bring it up, and now they're staying in that 2-3 zone.
And that's off Betsworth's foot.
Yeah,
Wildcat
it's off Betsworth's foot. It goes out of bounds, so the Wildcats get it back. Good pressure on the guards. That really seems to be bothering CVC.
All right. Wildcats still staring down this 1-3-1 defense by the Huskies. Kramer over to Malloy. Malloy squares up, lets the defense move. Back to Kramer. Little pass into Reed, who kicks it back to Malloy and takes a 3. No good. Right back to Malloy.
Tridle with that rebound kept it alive. She kept it alive and kicked it out. So
now Sarah Reed with the 10-footer, and that's going to be out.
In and out, and that's Pospisil with the rebound. Gets it to Betsworth. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not Betsworth. That is Betsworth. There's 2 Betsworths. So this is Janessa Betsworth. She gets it to Scroggs, who inside kicks it out to Pospisil. And then rebounded by Giels. And now there's a scrum on the floor here. And we had it, and we passed it to CVC. And they shot it, and they missed it, and we got the rebound. So Wildcats are in the front court.
Tesla Malloy with it. Wildcats up 16-7. She skips it over to Lily Kramer. Back to Malloy. She's going to have a look, but she decides to pass it down to Fritcher. Fritcher back out to Kramer. Kramer to Malloy. Back to Fritcher. Nice ball movement here, making the defense move. And there's Malloy's jump shot. No good.
Just off the front of the rim, and that girl was out of bounds.
Husky girl was out of bounds.
But she saved it to the Wildcats. So saved it to the Wildcats.
I don't really know what all just happened. I can't process what just happened.
I mean, we've got a bird's eye view, and the girl's foot was literally on the line when she saved it, which is fine. She saved it to the Wildcats, and the Wildcats just drew a foul. I thought Sarah
Reed was shooting, but
I
they're
guess
going to call it on the floor.
Yep. So we're taking it out of bounds here. There's a block by Scroggs on Fritcher, but she gets her own rebound back and gets it to Sarah Reed, who shoots and misses.
Sarah Ashley's back in the game, slowing the ball down.
Yep, Betsworth.
Run away by Betsworth.
She's got it in the front court. Wildcats are still in that 2-3 zone, and now they're going to do a little trap out of it. I like that.
Oh, that's going to be offensive.
And there's tries to pass it over Fritcher, and she's not going to do that.
Yeah. Fritcher just gave it the
Sheffers
old volleyball
is 5'5", and Fritcher's about 5'9", and then her arms make her about 7 foot. She does have long arms.
Fritcher definitely just swatted that that about 6 feet behind Sheffers and out of bounds.
So Betsworth tries to get it inside, and it's a steal by Malloy. Malloy's got to look up the floor there, waiting for the other Wildcats.
What's she waiting for? There it is. There's the shot.
Yep. It just hits the front of the rim, and then it's going to be Betsworth with the rebound. And slowed down there by Lily and Tessa Malloy. They get it to Pospisil with the shot. No good. Rebound by Reed.
All right, Malloy's got it here. Over to Kramer at the right wing. Down to Sarah Ashley. Takes it baseline. Kicks it to Reed. Back to Lily Kramer for the three. Short. Tipped out. Betsworth gets it. Now they're running the other way.
And there's going to be a steal by Malloy, and it hits off of her foot and goes out of bounds, so it's going to stay with
Malloy with a nice defense there, waiting for the ball to come around, and then ends up going off her foot. So Husky ball, down 9, 3 minutes ago in the first half.
So we haven't scored probably since about the first 2 minutes of the quarter, and they haven't scored yet this quarter.
Hey, double dribble. Nice trap by Sarah Ashley and Lily Kramer.
Yep.
So without trying to get the steal and get a foul, you still force the turnover and get the ball. I talked a lot about that last time. You know, don't try to create an opportunity.
Right.
You need to be ready when the opportunity presents itself, and that was a good job there. So Briley Brooks, sophomore, steps in for the Wildcats here. She's going to square up, not take the shot, skip pass over to Hannah Kramer.
Checked in.
That's another sophomore in for the Wildcats. There's Briley Brooks. Outside shot with
another
air ball. Doesn't matter.
Good hustle by Hannah Kramer to try to save it.
Tries to save the air ball, but steps on the line.
Yeah, just wasn't able to get that. So the Wildcats are still going to be in that full court press. Let's see. This is where, like, Sarah Ashley really did a good job the other night.
And they've got her trapped now.
Banowitz.
Not Banowitz. He plays
Betsworth,
for Marquette.
Betsworth.
And
the travel.
All right, so again,
Larissa Betsworth.
Just being active without using your hands, trying to get a steal. They force a turnover. Wildcat ball on their side of the floor here.
Yeah, so good defense there.
Ball's inbound to Sarah Reed, to Sarah Ashley. Over to Kramer in the corner. Kramer, nice job pivoting. Bounce pass to Reed, who's pump fakes, dips it down to Kramer. Kramer gets it back out to Reed, who's going to take the 12-footer. No good. Briley Brooks runs in.
Take it right out of the Huskies' hands.
I don't know. It's probably, I was going to say a rebound, but that's probably a rebound for the Huskies and a steal for Brooks.
Number 12, she's not on their roster. She had the rebound, and Briley just took it right out of her hands.
Now
look at that weak side. Yes. There we go.
Sarah Reed dumps it down to Sarah Ashley. Back out to Kramer.
Kramer's got to look for a shot there a little
bit. Over to Briley Brooks, who's going to take a long shot.
Another air ball.
But
should have been keeping track. We're going to set an all-time record. Both teams, boy. It must be the rims are out a little further from, I don't know. These rims aren't out any further than probably they are at Central City.
Nope, same gym. Wildcat ball out to Briley Brooks. She's going to try to get some dribble penetration here. Kicks it over to Ashley. over to Noonan. Natalie Noonan checked in.
Oh, nice little pass there.
Oh, somebody's got to shoot the ball here.
Somebody's going to say I want to shoot it besides Sarah.
Sarah Reed's got it down the block. That's going to be a shot and a bucket there for Sarah Reed.
I like the patience, though. You know, you and I were talking about that. But some of us are passing up relatively good shots. But kudos to the Wildcats for moving the ball around a little bit and ending up with a good shot.
Nice
Sarah Ashley should have grabbed that. She was going to and pulled her hands away. Didn't realize that Sarah had touched the ball there on the pass across court.
Sarah Reed jumped in the passing lane, and it was over her head. She tipped it. And
Pospisil gets it into Betzworth, and the shot's
we got to run out for the Wildcats. Sarah Ashley.
Here we go. See if she can.
Don't
find
turn
Noonan.
Around. She didn't see Noonan.
And never turn around backwards when you have a fast break.
And there's Emma Fritcher with the bucket.
Emma Fritcher finally knocks one down.
57 seconds to go. Wildcats up by 13. There's a steal by Noonan. Nice job, Noonan.
And this time she did wait for the Wildcats to set something up because they didn't really have an advantage.
And Briley Brooks looks up at the bucket, hits that weak side lob pass to Fritcher. Come on, we got to get a foul.
You know, that's the one thing I'd like to see is if we get it on this one side and have Sarah Reed come over to the elbow and then have Emma Fritcher with her height go down on that back weak side. That's the weak part in the 1-3-1 zone. If you can overload the one side. And
there's
then
Natalie Noonan with a little baseline jumper. That's what you like to see.
Assist to Reed.
Tell you what, Natalie Noonan's been in for about 45 seconds. She's got 2 steals and a bucket. So
nice job.
Hopefully.
Whoa, that's got to be
offensive.
There's
an offensive, yeah. Betzworth the five.
Janessa Betzworth didn't like that, but you know, if she wouldn't have extended, she extended her forearm, and it was a good job on the Wildcats to take that charge.
I'm guessing she's the little sister of Apollo Betzworth, who's played a lot of football. So
well, there's another Betzworth too. There's Larissa also.
Well, we're gonna say they're all brothers and sisters because I don't know.
But she's just probably getting a little frustrated there and extended her arm. Otherwise, that potentially could have been a blocking foul, but we'll take it.
Fritcher's got the ball down underneath the basket, couldn't get a shot. Over to Sarah Ashley, who kicks it to Briley Brooks, and she's got to run her down the lane for a partially blocked air ball.
Block, so
we got 8 seconds to go here. Oh, Betzworth gets a steal. They're running out. 4 seconds to go.
Oh, she misses the person up the floor, and there's a block by Fritcher right there.
She spun to get a three-pointer at the buzzer, and Fritcher with another tomahawk swat.
Betzworth had a open teammate, and I don't think she was able to see her over Fritcher, so that's going to bring us to the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, we're at halftime. 22-7. Wildcats are in the lead.
I don't know if it was good defense or we'll say that, but CVC did not score the second
quarter, huh? Yeah, I think I'll give it good defense.
Excuse me if you heard that sneeze.
They turned the pressure up. They quit fouling, and they took advantage of a couple of opportunities, and
they got out of the man full court,
into a full court zone.
Yeah, and I to me, a man full court, you're just asking to slow it down a little bit, maybe, try to get a turnover if kind of slow down the pace, put a little pressure on the ball handler. To me, when you go into that full court and you use traps and stuff, then to me, I think that opens up the potential for more steals and things like that, because if out of a trap, it's hard to make those passes. So the Wildcats did get quite a few turnovers in the second quarter there, and actually their defense is pretty good. I mean, whether it's on the press or in the half-court D, our guards are really active, and it's really giving the CVC guards problems.
Yeah, it seems like, I mean, I don't know how politically correct it is to say our guards are just a little more athletic than theirs, but
I mean, that's a fair assessment.
It's just kind of we're taking it. Yeah, they're taking advantage of our advantage at that position. So I like the press. When we watched them the other day, they were aggressive and getting after it, and we've seen a few different defensive looks, and it's just exciting that kids are paying attention and learning this stuff and going about business and trying to play competitive. So
exactly. So just kind of a recap here. 22-7. Sarah Reed's leading the Wildcats in scoring with 11. Emma Fritcher's got 4.
Treadle's got 1. Kramer's got 1.
Then we got a bunch of people. Tesla Malloy hit one three-pointer.
Noonan's got a bucket.
Yep. So we got Sarah in double figures with 11, and then we've got a bunch of other people chipping in, which is nice to see.
Fritcher's got 2.
Okay. 2 baskets.
Yep. I think we lead the country in air balls tonight.
We've had a lot of shots, and we were talking. I do like the Wildcats are being unselfish, but there's been a couple times they've almost been too unselfish, and you hear that every once in a while where somebody is thinking that they're passing up a shot to give their teammates a better shot, but that better shot's not there because pretty soon you lose your spacing.
Sometimes you just need to be selfish and take the shot when you're there.
Yeah, when you're 5 feet, 4 feet from the basket, that's a good shot, and unless you can guarantee that the person 2 feet from the basket can get the ball, you might as well take the 4-foot shot. So I do like the way that we are working it around and trying to be unselfish. But the other thing, though, is we both said is some of those kids have to be a little bit more unselfish and be willing to maybe look at that and take a jump shot there. Not be afraid. Just because you missed 1 or 2 shots, don't be afraid to put it up again. And because you never know when the next shot you take is going to be
game winner.
Game winner. So we've got about 6.5 minutes left of halftime here. Boys, Wildcat boys are coming into tonight's game 2-0, so we'll talk about them here in a little bit in the second half of this doubleheader. Decent crowd here for the Wildcats tonight.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
We probably have more than
we got more than them.
CVC, yeah. So that's good. Wildcat fans like to travel and support the teams.
Yeah, what better could you be doing on a Friday night right now? Watching some
Wildcat
basketball.
Watching the Hawks, I guess. But
Luka Garza's got 27 in the first half. Unfortunately, he's the only one playing. Because the Hawks are down 12 or 14 at half.
30 to 8 to 50. So the Wildcats need out of half of he has half their points almost.
Almost.
He does.
He does.
He has half the points. So get the rest of the Hawks playing a little basketball will upset Michigan, man.
Yeah, number 4 in the country.
Yeah.
1 loss, Michigan. Ugh.
They're not doing the 5 in, 5 out, so that might have been just a way to, like we said, trying to push up the floor and stay strong and take advantage of maybe the size that Marquette Catholic had and try to make those bigger girls have to do a lot of running. So this game, they're not doing the 5 substitution, but quite a few kids have gotten in, and again, it's been the Wildcats have had a lot of good shots, and we've even probably passed up a couple here. Officials are for sure letting them play a little bit. So that's all right.
I kind of like games like that where they just let them go out and beat on each other, but as long as nobody's getting hurt, and I don't think that's been the case tonight.
As far as foul problems, Wildcats have Emma Fritcher with 2, but it looks like Cedar Valley has Abby Pospisil, the senior. She's got 2 fouls, and then Janessa Betzworth, the senior point guard's got 3. So and one of those was that offensive foul. So we've got them on the ropes a little bit. They don't have quite the bench that we do, the depth. So that's probably something that the coaches are going to keep an eye on there for CVC. So we'll have to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
There was no girls JV game tonight.
There wasn't.
CVC does not have a JV, so the Wildcats JV boys got to play on the main gym floor tonight, and they came away with a victory. I didn't see the scoring or anything, but the Wildcats won.
I think they won by 28.
Was it 28? I wasn't paying
kind of a
attention.
Blowout.
Yep.
JV boys kind of surprisingly sneaking out into a pretty good record to start the year. They're 2-1 with their 1 loss. I think was a 2-point loss in a game they were ahead by like 14 or something like that.
Who was that to?
I think that was just
the other night.
The other night
at
Marquette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounded like they had a nice lead, but unable to finish. And
so that's good for them. So we've got about 2.5 minutes to go, and before neither team's back out on the floor yet. And to me, I would have gotten there. I would have gotten out here with about 4 minutes to go because both teams have been struggling shooting.
Yeah.
So I would have been like, okay, let's keep the defense up and let's go out and get some shots.
Yeah.
But
shouldn't be a ton to talk about, you wouldn't think. And here comes the Wildcats right there,
Here comes the Wildcats.
Little CCR warm-up music
yeah,
here.
Yeah, you gotta like it. The one thing about the Wildcats this year is, I think the other night we talked, they played 10 people for sure, if not 11 people, and I'm not sure how many they'll be playing tonight here. They've played quite a few.
I think 10 have been in.
Yeah.
Couple of them not very long, but
yeah. This will be a good game if we can come out strong here this second half and get a lead going. It'll be an opportunity for some kids that maybe don't get quite as much varsity playing time to get in and get some playing time. So,
you know what? We've only had 9 in.
9, yeah.
Yep.
Hennick hasn't been in.
Hennick and Lentz and
Smith.
Yep.
So my guess is that if we keep it going here, that they potentially will be getting some playing time. Here comes the Huskies coming out here. We've got about a minute.
You know, I had to giggle a couple times. I don't know how much of it you caught, but there was a couple of nice dribbling moves that I think Betzworth did, little stop and goes and side shuffles, and the boys down there were all oohing and ahhing. And I could only think, like, you guys know what's coming next game.
Yeah.
when you guys step on the floor.
Yeah.
And I just, I don't know. I thought it was funny.
I mean, Betzworth's nice ball handler.
Yeah.
She had a nice little crossover. If they can get it inside to Scroggs, they've been able to, they've got 7. They haven't really had a chance. And again, it's not a negative thing, but our guards just athletically are a little better and have really put a lot of pressure on the Huskies guards and have made it hard for them to get their offense flowing, which it looks like they want to try to maybe do an inside to Scroggs or kick it in, kick it out, or
the one
whatever.
possession they got it in. I mean, she looked like she's done it a million times.
So, because she's their leading scorer with 4, Scroggs is. So, Wildcats' starting lineup is going to be the same one that started, and I believe the Huskies have the same starting lineup. So Huskies are going to take the ball here, and there's
a steal by Emma Fritcher and a run out, left-handed layup, and that's how you started.
You know it.
7 seconds in, Wildcats with a steal and a bucket.
Yep. They're coming out in that press, and Wildcats get it up.
She's over and back, There it is, another turnover.
Yep.
17 seconds into the half, 2 turnovers.
Yep.
Wildcats are rolling here defensively.
Did the Cardinal sin and dribbled up
right
and right over the corner and went over the half-court line, and then strong trap by the Wildcats, and she did over and back. So Wildcats will have it.
All right, Sarah Ashley still facing this 1-3-1 by the Huskies. Down to Fritcher on the block, back out to Ashley. Ashley over to Lily. Lily's got a nice jump shot there, no good. And rebound Huskies.
Rebound is by Natalie Kelly, so actually I don't think she started the first half, so Natalie Kelly is a different starter. But there's a turnover.
Emma Tritle and a foul on
Pospisil tried to get it inside, and then Natalie Kelly is going to be called for the foul there. She kind of tried to grab the ball, or it went out of her hands, and then it went to the Wildcats, and then she tried to grab it back. So the Wildcats have it.
There's a dump down to Sarah Reed, who
was kind of blocked by Kelly.
Blocked, hack, and Sarah Ashley with the steal.
Nice.
Past the Fritcher, or past the Tritle, and Tritle with the layup.
There we go.
So
that was nice defense.
Turn a negative play into a positive play there.
Betzworth gets it in the middle to Scroggs, who gets it to Kelly. Kelly gets it up in the front court. She's looking, gets it back to Scroggs. Scroggs looks, gets it to the wing, Pospisil. Pospisil tries to bounce it into Giles there in the post, but
Tritle.
Is that Tritle or
Tritle knocked it
Lily?
out.
Yeah, Lily Kramer. Tritle knocks it out. So Huskies are going to take the ball. They kick it out to Pospisil on that out-of-bounds play. There's a nice little shot.
There goes that
Abby Pospisil.
13-0 scoring run for the Wildcats over the last 12 minutes.
Yep, Pospisil Or
little press here too.
Yeah.
Sarah Ashley's got it.
Oh,
Kicks
nice.
it up to Treidel.
Oh, take
Treidel
that.
didn't want to take her one-on-one, so defense gets set. Sarah Ashley's got it. Back to Treidel. Down to Fritcher.
Oh, nice
Fritcher
move
with the
by
dribble right
Fritcher,
around
yeah.
her girl, and there's a bucket.
Fritcher's coming out here offensively, getting some good looks and knocking them down. Like to see that. So the Wildcats are staying in the press. Huskies get it up to Gilles. She almost did the same thing. And, Sarah Reed just a little slow on potentially getting a steal there. And the Huskies get the ball down here and get their offense going. They get it to Pospisil. She looks to pass it inside, tipped by a Wildcat, and Lily Kramer comes up with the ball.
And she's going to go with a full court pass up to Fritcher.
Nice.
Who's got her head taken off, and there's an and one
yes,
look.
an and one.
I was going to say, I'm glad they didn't call that first foul.
Yeah,
because it
she
would have
coulda
been before
called
the
that
shot. But
Lily
then
Kramer
she goes
did
up and
Lily Kramer did a great job of looking up the floor and getting to Fritcher, and Fritcher did a nice move, had to just do a power dribble around the Husky, and she could have gotten called, like you said, on that dribble, but then she took it right up, and then they caught the foul there, and it was an and one. So like to see that. So there's going to be was that us calling the timeout, or was that
no,
CVC?
Huskies
Okay.
took a timeout.
So CVC calls a timeout here, and we're going to go ahead and give a shout out to Next Bank. Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned, independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know, this 8-2 run doesn't sound like much, but in a game where nothing's been really going right for either team, an 8-2 run is huge. And what are we, just a couple of minutes
5
in here?
minutes and 47 seconds left in the third quarter here, and it's 30-9. The Wildcats have gotten it up to 30-9, and we've got another player in double figures. We've got Emma Fritcher with 10. And if she knocks this free throw down, her and Sarah Reed will be tied with the team lead. And nope. And Kelly gets the rebound for the Huskies.
It's all right. Quick 6 points here this quarter for
And there's
Fritcher.
Betzworth dribbling, and that's got to either be 5 seconds or something. So there's a steal. Betzworth was spinning and around, and finally the Wildcats got the turnover. And they're in the front court now.
And there's a foul on Treidel by
by
Kelly. Yep. So what's that, 3 fouls already here for Cedar Valley. Ball gets into Sarah Reed. Reed over to Kramer at the left wing, over to the corner for Treidel. Treidel back to Kramer. Kramer to Sarah Ashley. Back to the top of the key, Kramer. Into the high post by Fritcher, who turns and knocks it down.
Nice shot
left
by
elbow.
Fritcher.
Yeah, nice elbow shot there by Fritcher. She's got 8 points here early in this second half.
There's a travel.
All right, another turnover.
Betzworth.
Another turnover caused by the pressure of the Wildcats.
Yep. They got it into a good spot there with Scroggs in the middle of the floor, right where you want it, but she didn't even turn to look down the floor. She just automatically passed it backwards, which is what you don't want for a press, and the Wildcats are going to be able to take advantage of that.
All right, Sarah Ashley gets it back to Fritcher at the high post. She gets it over to Kramer. Kramer back to Sarah Ashley. She looks down low, nothing. Dribble penetrates. About one dribble. And nice ball movement here by the Wildcats. And there's a three-point attempt by Treidel. No good. Rebounded by Fritcher. She's triple team there. Gets it back out. Kramer's got it. Top of the key. Skip pass to Sarah Reed in the corner. And
there we go. Sarah
Reed
Reed gets that corner shot to fall.
All right, 34-9. Wildcats rolling here. Second half. That's Sarah Reed's 13th point.
That time
and
they were able.
That's going to be a turnover again.
Yep. That time CVC did a good job of getting the ball up the floor on the press, and that was Caitlin Gilles was dribbling it, and just a Wildcat reached in. I think it was Lily Kramer, or was it Treidel?
Yep, Treidel stuck her hand in
and
there.
Then Gilles dribbled it off her knee, and it went out of bounds, so the Wildcats get it back. And they're in the front court. And there's the pass to
Sarah Ashley gets it over to Lily Kramer, back to Sarah Reed in the corner. She just hit that shot. I would have squared up and hit it 5 more times. At least been shooting it. Sarah Ashley's got it.
They're doing a good job of moving the ball, and this is what you and I like to see, except for right when I say that, there's a turnover.
Right when you jinx it.
Pospisil gets the steal from Fritcher. And the Wildcats are going to come out and be aggressive in that half court. And there's Scroggs gets the ball at the free throw line, turns and shoots, and rebounded by Lily Kramer. We were just talking about, you and I, we both like it when on offensively they're patient. And the Wildcats were doing a really good job of passing the ball
Sarah
around.
Reed from the right corner this time, knocks it down for 15th point.
Lily Kramer with the assist.
36-9, 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the quarter. Nice little break here. Oh, Sarah Ashley almost with another steal. She was kind of trailing the Husky Pospisil, and they made the pass to Pospisil and kind of got their hands tied up, and Sarah got both her hands on the ball, but then it just
jump
got
ball
out,
is going to
just got out of her and went out of bounds.
So the Huskies are going to get it in bounds here to Betzworth. Betzworth dribbles to the top of the key, gets it over to her sister Betzworth, and there's the shot. And an offensive rebound by Scroggs, who misses the easy putback, and it's rebounded by Sarah Reed.
So we said we liked what we've been seeing out of that Wildcat defense the last couple games, even with the being 0-3, but they've given up one basket here in almost 2 full quarters of play.
Yeah, 2:47 left in the third quarter. 36-9, Wildcats are up.
There's Tesla Malloy with a 3-point attempt.
And the assist to Lily Kramer.
All right, now we're going to pour it on Wildcats, 39-9, 30-point lead. Still, almost
the Huskies get it into the front court, and they're going to call foul. Oh, wow, I thought they were going to call foul on Sarah Ashley, but they don't. She ties up Giles, and
Wildcat ball.
Yeah, Wildcat, it's their possession, so we'll take it. 2:24 left.
All right, here comes Malloy with the ball, crossing over. Betzworth picks her up at the 3-point line. Ooh, long pass to Sarah Reed to a cutting Fritcher, who went up and under.
A nice move. I like that move.
Yep.
Should take another dribble and could have done a reverse layup probably.
Probably dunked it.
Yeah. The Huskies get it down to Giles. She passes it into Scroggs, and Scroggs lays it in for 2 there. Nice move by Scroggs.
When Scroggs can get her hand on it in the lane, she's perfect down there. We got to look up the floor. Sarah Reed's wide open. And there she gets it.
But it's too late.
Tesla
but then
Malloy, and no good on the layup.
And use the left hand, man. Left hand and left side, right?
Kind of just chucked her off
chucked it up there with the right hand.
But she just got to steal, and let's get it from the right side. Get a foul here. Come on now. Nope.
Oh, kick it over. There's Fritcher.
Sarah Ashley with the rebound
shortest
and
girl
a
on the
foul.
floor for the Wildcats gets the offensive boards, and they're gonna call that a foul on the shot. So.
Well, I know she had a rough day shooting last game, but
she hasn't really shot much tonight.
No, I think that was Sarah Ashley's first shot here.
Yeah, she's had a couple. She had a couple little shots earlier,
but
remember. What's her number?
12. I don't know. She's got long
2.
hair. 2.
She hasn't scored yet tonight.
Well, she just
but I know she had one little look.
The free throw off the side of the backboard.
Maybe that's why she's not shooting.
That might be part of it. But either way, I like her.
She does a great job on defense. She really brings a spark. Yeah. So there's the free throw.
There.
Oh, there we go.
How do you
that
make
was a nice
the first one look like that?
I know, that was nice.
The second one looks like you shot 1,000,000 of them. All right, Husky ball here, 40-11. And there's a steal by Sarah Ashley.
Yep.
3-on-1 break. Let's see what she does.
Give it up. Oh, she lost control of it, and Betzworth is going to pick it up, and then Tesla reaches. Kind of a silly foul on a break there. I mean,
her dad's letting her hear it too.
Yep.
So I'm yelling, "Get down the court!" You reach in for a foul.
I mean, right now, with you got a minute to play. The Huskies are moving it around there. Scroggs at the high post.
There's Hennick.
Dumps it down to the low, and it's deflected. And Lacey Hennick with the steal.
Hennick and Noonan both checked in. There's Noonan, and you made that shot in the first quarter, but elected to just do a pump fake. Hennick's got it in the high post over to Sarah Ashley. There's Noonan. Reverse it over to Tesla Malloy. Back to Noonan, top of the key. Bounce past the Hennick. Hennick squares up. Kicks it back to Malloy. Malloy shoots the 3. Does not get the roll.
Nice rebound by Fritcher. Goes up.
It's gotta be
comes
a jump ball
down.
here.
There's about 5 players laying on the ground there, and I guess they call jump ball out of that.
Yep.
Not sure how that happens, but oh well. So
maybe a foul, maybe a jump ball, maybe both twice, 2 different times.
Yep. After the jump ball, it stays with the Huskies.
We're going to get a steal here anyway.
And we're still in our press. I'd like to And there's Natalie Noonan with the steal.
That's her second steal of the night.
Yep.
You know, I think she's just a sophomore too. I kind of like this sophomore group for the Wildcats. They don't get
Hannah
a ton
Kramer's
of playing.
in.
Yep, another sophomore.
And cross court to Noonan, and she puts up the shot, but it's no good, and then it's out of bounds on the Pospisil, so the Wildcats are going to keep it. I think there's a ghost or something up here in the hallways because it just got super dark, and now all of a sudden they're back on. Maybe their school's haunted just like ours.
Probably.
So there's the shot. Who shot that?
I don't know.
And it went out of bounds on the Wildcats, so the Huskies are going to get the ball, and it's 8, 7, 6 seconds, and they get it to Scroggs at the free throw line. She turns and banks it in.
2 seconds to go in the quarter.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter.
Wildcats up 40-13. Well, Scroggs, that's 3 times in the lane, 3 buckets. I think she did miss one outside shot, but.
So nice outscoring burst there by the Wildcats.
Yeah, they picked up 18 there that quarter.
18 points that quarter.
22 at half, and you come out of the locker room and get 18. So, see, that's why we're not coaching, Cart. You said I'd be out here shooting, and he kept them in there, and they came out and scored 18.
Yeah,
so
I guess.
We would still be shooting out here trying to figure it out.
We got Lyle Woods listening in. Let's go Wildcats, he says. So appreciate that. And as we mentioned, it's 40-13. So the Wildcats came out and had a really nice. Emma Fritcher really got things going there. She's got 12 points now, I believe. Is she 13? I think she's got 12 points, and Sarah Reed's got to have about 13 points. So who's 13? Emma Fritcher's 13.
Yeah,
she's got 12 points, and Sarah Reed's out right now. But I know Sarah had 11 at halftime, and she hit that one basket, so she's got 13. So we've got two people in double figures here with 13 and 12 points, so we'd like to see that. So to start the fourth quarter here, it's going to be Wildcats basketball, and Sarah Ashley gets it up to Hannah Kramer. Hannah Kramer looks into Fritcher. Fritcher gets it to Sarah Ashley at the free throw line down to Hennick. Hennick, nice bounce pass over to Fritcher, and Fritcher puts it in for 2. Nice work. Cedar Valley Christian breaks the press, gets it into the front court, but then a steal by Emma Fritcher, and
nice
good hustle.
save.
Yeah, almost
Nice
went out of bounds,
save,
but she
Fritcher.
saved that. So
Gotta
Wildcats.
love those hustle plays.
Yes, we both do. That's the name of the game.
Oh, and there she's going to get a foul.
Fritcher gets the ball on the baseline there, and it's going to be a foul on Caitlin Giels. That's her second foul. Nobody really for the Wildcats is in foul trouble. 5 fouls this half on Cedar Valley Christian and only 1 on the Wildcats, so no really big foul trouble problems there.
Hannah Kramer gets the ball in the corner, dribbles around Betsworth, All right.
Just she got bailed out there. That's just not when you dribble baseline against the zone, there's just not a lot of places to go there, but she got tripped up by one of the Huskies, so it's going to be a foul on Jessie Pospisil. That's her second foul.
Noonan's got it, top of the key, bounce pass down to Sarah Reed, who
airballs it.
You know,
I think Sarah was almost in. Should she bank it or should she go straight for the rim?
I think that was our first air ball of this half court.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
We had 37 of them in the first quarter and none in that third quarter. But guess what? We scored 18 points.
There you go. So
weird.
We got the ball back though. So
Tessa Malloy into Sarah Reed, who's doubled, hits a cutting Noonan. And she's all wrapped up in defenders, no call.
Then they get it to Hennick at the elbow and knocks that down.
Hennick knocks it down, an elbow shot.
Probably could pull the press off here.
Well,
and
you got a bunch
there's
of
going to be a turnover, and it's going to go out of bounds.
I mean, you might argue too, Karth, that our press is our best defense.
Yeah. But you know what?
No,
this is.
I know.
I'm gonna. You know as well as I do. You're up by 31 points. You probably don't need to press. This would be a great opportunity. Just work on that half-court defense. It's not like you're perfect in it. You know, new system, stuff like that. You got some different kids in.
There's another new body in there. We got Ellie Lentz in the game.
for the first time. So
and there's
a
nice cut
pass.
by Ellie Lentz.
Yep.
And
then
she
she
just
kicks it back out. Got
caught up.
double teamed. Then Tridle, nice cut inside, but deflected, and the Huskies are going to come back the other way. There's Betzworth, and Betzworth gets tripped. I think they're going to, that could have either
Tridle.
been, probably Tridle. It looks like she tripped her. So that's going to be a foul on Tridle. That's her third. Or no, they called it on Tesla Malloy, actually.
Who was nowhere, she was by it. But
so that's Tesla's third foul. So we've got Betzworth, gets it to the high elbow area there to Scroggs. Scroggs kicks it out to Pospisil. That gets it back into Scroggs, and Scroggs, she's got a nice little shot when she's that close to the basket, and she shoots it over one of the Wildcats. Who the rotation, they're going to call that on Ellie Lentz. Sarah Reed got pulled out on that rotation a little bit, and Ellie had to come over, and Scroggs probably has about 8 inches on Ellie Lentz, and so they call her with a foul. The free throw goes up, and it's in. So 44-16 with 6:06 left.
All right, Reed's got the ball, gets it up to Tridle. Tridle's getting trapped in the corner. Nice job getting it to Briley Brooks. Down to Ellie Lentz, who squares up and gets some contact. Nothing. Tesla Malloy for the three, and there's another three-point bucket for Malloy. I believe that's her third three of the game.
Yep.
47-16, Wildcats well in the lead here. And there's a turnover. Sarah Reed comes up with it. Up to Tesla Malloy, crosses the half court. Looks at Brooks in the corner. Brooks squares up. She's going to take a three, and it's good. Jeez, there's lids off, Karth.
Yep.
Everybody's got the green light.
Yep.
Briley Brooks steps in for her first minutes of the second half and knocks down a three, and another steal by Emma Tridle. And
there's
steal
a steal
right
by Pospisil. So Huskies have it.
All right, we're getting some more bodies in, Karth.
Yep. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass by Betzworth over to Pospisil, and the first shot was partially blocked, but it went right back to Pospisil, and she was able to knock down the layup. So Malloy brings it into the front court for the Wildcats.
And Tridle's got it in the corner. Bounce pass to Ellie Lentz. She goes up and gets fouled. Nice job, Ellie. She's not the tallest one down there, but she's making good use while she's down there, and made a couple of nice pivot moves.
Came to the ball and then tried to put it up. And did they call that? Yeah, they called that on Scroggs, and that's Scroggs' first foul of the night. So Ellie's free throw's just short.
Lucy Smith, the lone freshman for the Wildcats, checking in for Sarah Reed, and Tesla Malloy comes out.
And Lily Kramer
comes back in. Yep.
So we got 18-50 with 4:44 to go, and Ellie Lentz for her second shot is an air ball. Apropos. No, I didn't even hear a whistle. I'm like, I thought an air ball was a dead ball. I thought they were going to keep playing because the other night that happened.
I know.
So the official blew a little baby whistle, and we didn't even hear it, but it was a dead ball on that. Oh, nice job,
Lucy Smith. Yeah. Didn't get the steal, but she got the tip out to Ellie Lentz, who
picked up the loose ball and gets it to Lily Kramer. As good defense there by the Wildcats.
Interesting to see who's going to score on, try to step up and score for the Wildcats in this possession.
Yep, and this is the good opportunity.
Probably Briley Brooks, maybe.
Lucy Smith looking in.
Lily Kramer's got it in the right wing. She's going to take a shot, and she knocks it down. Only
Lily,
a two, though.
Yeah, stepped right inside of the three-point line and knocked that down.
The official says her toenail was on the line.
Lily's got a decent shot. She's just got to shoot it with a little confidence, like it's going to go in, versus just shooting and thinking you're not going to go in.
Yep.
There's Betzworth, gets it to.
Don't reach, Tridle. Nice job.
Gets it to Giles, who's dribbling around. Gets it to a Pospisil, who shoots it, misses. And Ellie Lentz with the ball, but it gets over to Emma Tridle. Ellie kept that alive, got it to Tridle, and now the Wildcats are bringing it into the front court again.
All right, Lucy Smith's got in the corner, over to Briley Brooks. Skip pass is going to be.
Not a good pass there.
Not a great pass there.
Tridle was just knew that she couldn't get it and was going to try to keep it alive and just ran into the back of the Huskies.
Ended up fouling the Husky that stepped in the passing lane.
Yep.
Well, we got a couple more people coming in here for the Wildcats.
That's Tridle's first foul on the night, and it's
looks like we got a timeout
fourth
here.
Foul. So
full timeout.
14 fouls for the Wildcats, 6 for the Huskies. So the Huskies will be, or I'm sorry, the Wildcats will be shooting free throws on the next foul by the Huskies. And take this opportunity to give a shout out to Next Bank. Next Bank is invested in their communities and ready to help the local economy grow by helping your business or farm operation grow. Whether you need an operating loan, equipment loan, livestock loan, or real estate loan, Next Bank has great terms and rates that will help you move your business to the next level. Next Bank offices are located in Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, Central City, and Coralville. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So again, we appreciate Next Bank for allowing us to do this broadcast. So we're just coming out of here, the timeout. We're in the fourth quarter. If you're just joining us, the Wildcats are up 52-18. This will be a big win for the Wildcats. Offensively, we've finally got some shots to drop, and hopefully this will be that confidence booster that they need, and then we'll take them in and carry them to the next few games here before Christmas break. So the Wildcats are on defense here. They get it inside to Kelly.
Hannah Kramer with the foul there.
Yep.
Tried to
just
reach around and hit the ball.
Around.
She quickly recovered and put her hands straight up, but it was a little too late. She got the foul.
So that's team foul number 5. Oh, and there's a new Fiona Dolan.
Yeah, a bunch of new bodies in there for the
and it
Huskies.
misses, and rebound by the Wildcats, and it's going to be a foul, and that's got to be bonus. Yeah, it's 1-1. That's what I thought.
So Ellie Lentz shooting the fouls.
Is that who was it? Did they call it on? Yep. Ellie Lentz is going to go to the free throw line for the Wildcats. See if Ellie can get get into the book here. She's got a foul. She got called for that one foul. Let's see if she can get in
the
scoring
book. 0 for 2 in her last foul chances here.
Oh, hits
Misses
the front of the
one
rim and rebounded by number 12, who gets it into the front court. Wildcats are in their half court 1-3-1. It's passed off of Lily Kramer's leg and trailed down there by Larissa Betzworth. And then gets it over to Crittenden, and then there's a turnover. Wildcats have it, and they're coming down.
Oh, get to Lentz.
Hannick had it. Missed
now
Ellie.
Kramer's got it. Over to Hannah Kramer. Over to Lucy Smith in the corner. Back to Hannah on the wing. Hennick at the high post with it. Kicks it out to Kramer. Down to Smith. Nothing doing on the inside here for the Wildcats. Somebody's probably going to need to get a quick reversal and a shot.
Yeah. Oh,
there's a dump down to Lentz, who gets it to Hennick up the top of the key. Throws it over to Hannah Kramer at the left wing. Reversed around, and we just threw it out of bounds by Hennick.
We needed a cut or something there for one of those wing people. Ellie Lentz was inside moving around, but just couldn't get it inside, and everybody else was just kind of standing. So the Huskies are going to come down here with Betzworth. And then she brings the ball up above her head, which is a mortal sin when you want to pass. And
gets a foul, though.
Yep. She got Lily Kramer on the reach there.
There's our whole five subs here.
Yep.
We got Malloy and Tridle and Fritcher and Ashley and Reed just coming into the game.
So Betzworth picks up her dribble, gets it to Kelly, back to Betzworth. Betzworth turns and shoots over Sarah Reed and knocks it down. Malloy's going to bring the ball up for the Wildcats.
Gets it over to Tridle at the left wing. Back to Malloy, top of the key. High post is Fritcher. Back to Malloy at the top. Over to Tridle, who's going to take a shot, and she knocks it down.
Three-pointer.
Maybe Tridle's going to get some confidence here.
So the Huskies are bringing the ball up the floor, and the ball got knocked out of bounds by Malloy. Huskies retain possession. They get it into Betzworth. Betzworth gets it down to Crittenden. Shot missed, and Tridle with the rebound.
Here comes Malloy splitting the defenders. Gets it over to Reed in the corner. No good by Reed. Rebound by Fritcher, and Fritcher with the putback in. Nice job, Fritcher there. Fritcher with the steal. And
nice.
no good on the layup.
So it's going to be a foul on Fritcher, I believe. She got the steal and missed the layup, and then is going to get called for the foul. Actually, they called Sarah Ashley for that foul?
Well, she was on that side of the court.
I guess I missed that. So Sarah Ashley gets called for the foul. So Betsworth is going to go to the free throw line. And she knocks that down. So Larissa Betsworth, a sophomore. Lily Kramer's going to check back in for Ashley. And got another free throw coming here for the Huskies. And it goes in and out and in.
All right, 53 seconds to go here. Lily Kramer's bringing the ball up the floor. Kicks it over to Tesla Malloy. Back to Lily Kramer into high post. Turns, kicks it over to Treidel. Treidel back to Kramer. Kramer with a little dribble penetration and passes out to Malloy. And Malloy misses a three, and now we're running the other way.
So we've got Crittenden, gets it to Betsworth. Betsworth checking things out, gets it to the high post. Dolan turns, kicks it to Crittenden, misses, and goes out of bounds. So the Wildcats will get the ball here with 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're up 22-57.
10 seconds to go here. Malloy's got it. She's going to walk it up. That's probably going to be ball game.
Don't foul.
Yes.
All right, so that is a final.
Anybody that's at home listening, not watching the Hawkeyes, they've pulled it within 7.
Nice.
And Luca Garza has extended his scoring all the way up to 38 points this game. If he's not on your all Big Ten watch list, he probably better be. All right.
Looks like
Sarah
we probably ended
15.
up with 15, and I'm guessing Emma Fritcher was pretty close to that. So
yeah,
we
she might
had
actually
those
had 16.
two.
I think she took
23. Who's 23 for us? Where's your thing? She had 9.
23.
Is that Malloy?
Yep, that's Malloy. She
ended up with 3
threes.
threes, so she had 9 points. So nice to see. Nice to see some of that scoring. Number 3 had 6. Is 3? Is number 3? Is that? Natalie Noonan came off the bench and got.
No, that was Emma Treidel.
Oh, Emma Treidel ended up with 3.
Natalie Noonan was
she had
5.
I think Treidel had 2 3-pointers, didn't she? Or did she have a 3-pointer and then
she had a free throw.
Okay, so she had 1 3-pointer there in the end. So the final there is 57-22 for the Wildcat girls, and so that gives them their first win on the season. So they have to feel good about that. And you know, we just talked about how they had some good looks, and that we hadn't seen their other games, but we watched Tuesday night's game, and that they had good looks, but they just couldn't get anything to drop. So hopefully a game like this where they're able to get some shots, that we had some 3-pointers, we had some good in and out action, got some good looks down low. Sarah had several shots from the baseline. Fritcher really came out the second half and got things going. And so I really like the way they looked.
18-point third quarter was nice.
Yeah, and 17 points for the fourth quarter, actually. Yeah. So nice scoring in the second half, and we got 11 points in the first quarter and 11 points in the second quarter, and then we came out with double figures in third and fourth. So you got to kind of like that scoring output for the girls' team, especially that they were struggling a little bit offensively.
Yeah, I remember when we were coaching one day, we had a similar shooting output, not quite the 37 air balls that they had tonight. They probably actually shot better from the floor with all the air balls than we did. I can't remember what the stat was, but I feel like we were 2 for 17 or something like. I know it was out of 17 free throws, and we only made like 2 or 3 of them. And the next day at practice, I shot 17 free throws with my eyes closed.
I remember that.
And made more than they did.
Yeah.
So they had to come in every morning and get a bunch of shots up. So I'm wondering if Coach Malloy had the girls do some shooting here since
yeah, for sure.
Tuesday.
So, so again, the final there's 57-22. The Wildcat girls get their first win. We got Owen Hall who's just tuned in and listening. We appreciate those of you that are out there listening, and hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast. And we'll get things ready here. Talk about the boys here in the second game, and I'll just kind of touch on Cedar Valley and. Cedar Valley boys.
I believe they're 0-1.
They're 0-1, and
got the undefeated Wildcats, right?
Yeah. So the again, I just did a little bit of checking on Cedar Valley. They're 0-1 on the season. They've played East Buck. Obviously, we talked about that.
Yeah, and I think East Buck. East Buck's been playing well.
Yeah, they got beat 35-62, and I looked at their stats from last year, and they unfortunately went 0-20. But again, just like the girls, their two leading scorers are back, and so we'll see how that plays out for the Wildcats. So I'm sure Coach Carlson is looking to get the third win of the season here tonight. And as far as the Central City boys go, oh, we got Ashley Ratliff. Her and Carson are listening. Hey, Carson, hopefully you're being good. You know, Santa's going to be coming in a few weeks.
Yes, he is.
And I know Carson. So hopefully he's on his best behavior.
I hope so.
And anyway, so maybe want to talk about the Wildcats. The Wildcats are coming in here tonight. They're the only team we have stats on, so we apologize not being able to tell you any stats about anything. But Wildcat boys come in here on the night 2-0.
Yep, they've got a win from last week, their season opener with Central Elkader. Wildcats went on the road on a Monday night up to Elkader and won 58-25. Then came home and played Tuesday and beat a pretty athletic
Marquette team,
Catholic. I was kind of impressed with what I saw out of the Mohawks. 62-49, the Wildcats. I think they had about a 20-point lead, and towards the end, once they subbed a few kids out, and the Mohawks were able to make the score look a little closer than it was. But it was still a nice job on both sides of the ball by the Wildcats. Wildcats are led by, obviously Nick Reed, State of Iowa's leading scorer last year.
Yep.
Picking up where he left off, he's got 26.5 per game here after the first couple of games. Now, probably more impressive than the 26.5 points. He's averaging over 20 rebounds a game, too.
Yeah, that's impressive.
I mean, Coach Carlson and I talked about this today. He's not the only 6'7" kid to ever go through our school.
Or to play basketball.
But the kid just works on the glass, and he seems to have that knack of knowing where the ball's going to come down. And you think about getting 20 rebounds, that's crazy. To me, that's like the equivalent of scoring 40 points a game.
Yeah, so he's got 41 rebounds in 2 games, and like you mentioned, he's averaging 26.5 points a game. He's shooting 60% from the field.
Yeah, shooting 44% from the three-point.
Yep, 4 for 9. And he's probably not really happy with his free throw percentage. He's 61.9%, 62%, and I know last year he shot
I think it was over 80.
So that's sometimes can be a mind game. So hopefully he gets that.
I'm going to attribute that to maybe early season, you're not quite in
fatigue,
shape or something. I'm sure you're going to see that creep up as the season goes on.
And the thing that I like, and you and I did this, obviously we did the game on Tuesday night, and we looked at last year's stats, and we talked about how the Wildcats had their leading, obviously Nick back as their leading scorer, but we also had the second leading scorer back, and I believe it was Keegan Kula averaging 4 points a game. And wasn't that the stat?
Yeah, it was.
And so what you and I talked about is the key this year was going to have some of those players now that have had that year under their belt. All the other kids were coming in basically with no varsity experience, and you could tell they were a little overwhelmed sometimes in the whole thing.
Right, but now when you look at that stat sheet, there's over 4 guys over that.
Yeah.
Ethan Ty's averaging 9 a game. Patrick Wade's getting 7.5.
Marshall.
And Patrick Wade is 2 for 2 from behind the arc. I know he likes to shoot threes. I think that's kind of what he focused on in this offseason. And right now he's shooting 100% from out there. Marshall Vandevek's coming in. He's getting 5.5 a game.
And then
David Warrington's right at 4 points a game. And, the one that surprises me, but it surprises me he's not scoring more, but he's still being effective, and that's Keegan Kula.
Who was, like we said,
he's 3.5 a game.
Yep.
But he's also got 5 assists, so there's another 10 to, however many points he's chipping in there. But,
he's second on the team. Trey Orcutt's got 8, and then Keegan's coming in with 5. So he's kind of maybe has a different role than what he did last year based on, the players and stuff that we had last year. The other thing I'm talking about Patrick Wade, he's shooting 2 for 2 from the 3-point. He's 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. Well, he's 55% from the 2-point. He's 6 for 11. So he's
Sniper.
He's effective when he shoots the ball. So you kind of got to like that. And so it's just nice seeing.
The other thing that's is going unnoticed is Trey Orcutt too. He's averaging 2.5 a game. Last game, his assist to turnover ratio was 5 to 1. So, you're creating offense by doing other things and not putting the ball in the bucket. So we got on him, when he got ran over last week and said it was such a terrible foul. That why is the guy, closing out on Trey and doing that?
Right.
But Trey has really improved his game because
ball handling, I can tell, is really a lot
big
better.
time.
Yep.
So I think we're still going to see some nice offensive things out of Trey. He's going to get some easy looks when teams are going to sag off of him to go help on Nick or do different things, kind of getting creative, and he's going to end up scoring here and there and kind of going unnoticed. We've still got cheerleaders going on the dance floor here, so hopefully this is over with soon, and we can get some boys out here warming up for basketball. They've got what appears to be their kids clinic tonight, so it's kind of delaying our game. It's 7:25, and we haven't started our 15-minute warm-up yet. So if you need to go get something to drink or eat, now is a heck of a time to go do that.
Yeah. So just so I'm anxious to see how things go tonight, and maybe tonight won't be a true testament, but just as the season continues. But this is the season, or this is the type of game that can really help again those younger guys and the ones that are still not figuring it out, but still are like an Ethan Ty, a Patrick Wade, Marshall. It'd be awesome to see them get up into the double figures, maybe get 3, 4, 5 guys in double figures tonight besides just Nick, So they're doing some kind of drawings here.
Yep, drawing prizes for the youth cheerleaders now.
And then hopefully we'll get started.
I hope so too.
Next, just kind of looking ahead for the boys' schedule here. They play. This is going to just talk about.
We've got we're at Lisbon next Tuesday.
And I'm not sure what Lisbon.
Well, Lisbon's got a young scorer, pretty athletic. Got to watch a little game film this week, and he had a steal around half court and ran out and threw it down after that.
Oh, wow.
So pretty athletic sophomore.
Well, that'll be we'll be at that game.
Yeah, East Buck beat them. East Buck beat Lisbon, I think, Tuesday.
Well, the other big test then for the Wildcats is going to be Easton Valley when they go to Easton Valley on Friday the 13th there, and
I'm not sure if Easton Valley. I think
they beat Springville the other night.
Well,
I
think they got all the way to the semifinal or the district final game last year.
Yeah, because we thought we might have to play them or something last year.
And they ended up losing to the potential state qualifier out of our bracket.
And then before
they returned everybody.
Yeah, before Christmas break, then Midland will be home against Midland, and then we'll go to Alburnett then for the final game before Christmas. So the Wildcats, we're going to have a good test, coming up here next week. it'll be hopefully to see how they're going to be on the road for a couple games there, and just see how they do, and that'll be a good test for them. So Wildcats are coming out here. Going to get going on our warm-up. So we have about 15 minutes here, just as an FYI.
Of listening to us ramble.
How the Hawks doing?
How are the Hawks doing? They were closing that gap here a little bit, but I'm a little nervous to check again. Yeah, down 10 with 4 minutes to go. Luka Garza's got 40. Nobody else is in double digits.
Could be worse.
Could be worse, but could be nice if somebody was. Could be nice if someone's scoring here. Oh.
All right, so
what a night.
We've been talking a little bit about the Wildcats, and just a couple things that have been going on. The Sassmeisters had state dance competition, and I think they placed in a couple of the categories that they participated in. I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure they placed. And
yeah, I didn't hear anything from how the results were late last night, and in the gym I don't always get announcements, so.
Well, I
really have no idea.
I know they placed. There was an announcement today, and so we want to give a shout out to the Sassmeisters, who I'm assuming will at some point this year perform during one of the half times or in between games. So we'll look forward to seeing them.
Boy, coming up after the first of the year, Wildcats are going to have 5 of the first 6 games at home.
That's nice.
That'll be fun. Nice little stretch.
So the Sassmeisters, who performed yesterday, were 5th place in hip hop and 4th in their palm routine. So we want to give a shout out to the Sassmeisters for coming home with a little bit of hardware there. That's always nice. Add that to the trophy case. And just wanted. And the wrestling, I think, gets underway tomorrow with their first tournament.
Yep.
Wapsie Valley, I believe, is where they're headed. And so, good luck to the wrestlers as they are getting rested up, and we'll be heading out to Wapsie Valley.
I know I had a JV meet on Tuesday. I know Luke Birds ended up winning his bracket.
Nice. I didn't hear too much about that.
That's all I've heard because I had him in class and I asked him how it went.
Awesome.
And I mean, if I would have gotten first place, everybody in the building would have known it. I would have been running the halls, flashing
shouting.
my medal, possibly yelling. You know, maybe just got on the intercom myself and told everybody. But
yeah, there you go.
You know, Luke Birds, nice job being humble and not doing what I would do.
Yeah, new student this year. His mom's teaching, and he's played football and. Now he's wrestling, and so I'm not sure what he does in the spring. Well, we have a minute here. I always like to do this. We obviously we give shout-outs randomly throughout the broadcast to Next Bank. Next Bank's our sole sponsor for the Wildcat Sports YouTube channel that we switched over to this year, and they came along with us and are continuing to sponsor us. And so we appreciate that, but there's a lot of other things that Next Bank does for Central City School District, and they're a movie night sponsor. They donate to the PTO's Children in Need Fund. They provide lunch for the teachers a couple times a year. I know we always look forward to that at the beginning of the school year. And then I think they usually throw one in at the end of the year too, if I'm not mistaken. They do all of our programs for everything. They take care of that for us. They support the homecoming parade. They support post-prom, the fine arts boosters. They support the robotics team. They have a sign out on the baseball field, out on the outfield. They have a sign out there, and they help sponsor your yearbook. And they help with the mental health and community resources night. So Next Bank really does step up and do a lot of good things for our school, and we just really appreciate all that they do and the relationship that we have with them. It's nice to be able to have that kind of a relationship with the community business like that. So
Yeah,
we really do appreciate all that they do for us. Next Bank.
There's one addition here to the Wildcat boys basketball team. We haven't really talked much about Draven Silver joined the basketball team. So there's another big body to come in and play some defense.
He wasn't. Did he not dress the other? He didn't dress the other.
No,
night.
he didn't dress. This is his first chance at some playing time tonight. I'm not sure. It sounded like he was going to play in the JV game. Just trying to get going here, and depending on how this game goes, maybe get him some varsity minutes. But if you haven't seen Draven lately, he's I don't know what, say 6'2".
Yep, he'll be another big body in there that can bang around. And
yep, spent a lot of time in the weight room. I don't know if he has any of our all-time lifting records yet.
He's got a record. He's got a season record. I just was out there today.
Yeah, he's got, I think, at least 2 season records.
Yeah, for sure one.
So
I did see his name, if not 2.
You're adding a nice athlete here to the ball club who can maybe take some of that rebounding pressure off of Nick. But
him and Keegan each have a season weightlifting record out there. But you know the one thing,
those two, it's probably deadlift and squats.
Actually, I think it might have been bench that I saw. What's the very first one listed? I'm doing a
probably bench. It's always the one everybody cares about, and it's literally the least.
I know. That was for sure one of them that Draven has his bench, because it was the very first one lifted, and I was out there.
I bet deadlift and bench.
Yeah, I'll check it out Monday.
Or power, who knows? He's a pretty strong kid.
I'm doing the weightlifting with opportunity time with Carlson, and we had one of your star football players out there, Gavin, and I'm stronger than him. And he has a hard time with sit-ups. Guys might need to work on those.
Well, we did plenty of sit-ups in football. I can guarantee you that. We actually got him doing some burpees out there too on the football field. They were
maybe I'll ask him to show me how to do his
less than
his
thrilled,
burpees.
actually. So 6.5 minutes to go here. Sorry, you guys got to listen to us ramble on. There's not a whole lot to talk about this early season, other than the improved Wildcats.
It'll be interesting to see Cedar Valley. You know, they don't really have much size. Just looking at their roster, they've got a junior, a 6'2" junior. I don't really see. I guess maybe is that the kid with the headband over there? He does, or maybe this kid. I don't know. We're up looking down, so sometimes it's a little harder. And it does say they have a 6-footer, Levi Telecki. He was one of their leading scorers from last year. I know just that name. And then another 6. They've got. Gosh, it says they have a 6'3" kid. Now, I do not see a 6'3" kid out there. 24, the kid with the ball at the free throw line. They say he's 6'3". I don't know about that. And then they have a couple 6'3", 4 other guys that are 6 foot. I'm not seeing 4 6-foot guys out there. So obviously they're stretching it. But anyway, they look like they got some athletic kids. Part of it probably comes down to foul trouble. They're not really deep. It doesn't look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It looks like 10 guys out there on the floor. So dressing 10 guys, you're not going to go too deep, I'm guessing. You know, maybe 7, 8. And so we'll see how this plays out. And so I'm sure they've really got to watch foul trouble and things like that. But I do see some guys knocking down shots, so hopefully the Wildcats can come out. And they did some pressing the other night, and I thought when they went into their press, that was pretty effective for us.
Yeah,
against Marquette Catholic.
I think our
with our quickness with Levi and Trey, and who else do we have up on top of there? Marshall.
Hold on, did you say Levi?
Did Did I say Levi?
I feel like you said Levi.
Well, there was a Levi Telecky.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, no, you said
Ethan. I meant to say
Ethan.
Ethan. Yeah, that's why. Eli, I probably said. Ethan Ty.
Ethan Ty. That sounds.
Ethan Ty.
I mean, I'm even getting bored up here and falling asleep listening to us, but I caught that one.
Ethan Ty and Marshall and Trey. I really did like that when we went to that full court press, and that kind of got things going there a little bit against the Marquette Catholic, and kind of got us going and kept us in the game. And I just felt like we just did a little better when we were doing that press. Now the one thing we do have to watch, and we are a little deeper. Well, I don't know. I mean, we're a little deeper than probably CVC, but
I'd say we go about 7 deep, pretty
but,
confident.
You know, a couple of our guys got a little reach happy in the game the other night, and we're picking up some silly fouls. So hopefully we come out tonight and move your feet, use your quickness. I mean, Ethan's quicker than a lot of people, and just you move your feet. Marshall's going to be quicker. Move their feet and just let the game come to them. Don't try to reach, because we saw what happened to Marquette Catholic. Had a bunch of guys who like to reach and not move their feet, and they ended up with one guy fouling out and probably about 3 or 4 of the guys with 4 fouls. So
yeah, it's tough to play a game if you have 4 fouls.
So anyway, here we've got 3 minutes to go. Again, the Wildcats are the visiting team. We're at Springville here. The Wildcats are in their red jerseys with the Wildcat on the leg of their pants or their shorts, and a black stripe there on the leg, and the CVC Huskies are in their white unis, and they've got some blue stripes on the side of their legs going down. So they're doing their last-minute free throws here, and the Wildcats are getting up their last shots, and they'll pretty soon here we'll be calling the teams over for final instructions. I guess we should probably give a shout out to John McGovern. He had surgery, I think Tuesday maybe, and so I see he's not on the bench tonight.
Karth, I just found out why the girls were airballing it so much.
Why?
They played the first half of the game with a men's ball.
Who told you that?
That makes total sense on why we had. And here we were just bashing them the whole game.
Well, then we have to apologize.
How are we shooting so bad?
Many air balls.
Now it makes sense. They're using the ball way too big.
That's hilarious. Well, hopefully they got the right size ball here for the guys. Because if the guys have to play with the girls' ball, we'll probably see a lot of air balls also. So hopefully we'll do that. But anyway, I started to say John McGovern had surgery.
Yeah, he did.
So he's not on the bench tonight.
I bet he's listening.
Yeah, so hopefully John McGovern's out there and surgery was successful, and he's going to be back sooner than later here. Back on the bench. So we've got a minute to go, and teams are putting the balls away. We're going to get ready for the introductions.
Yeah, another 5 minutes. We'll be finally playing some basketball.
Yeah, probably another 5 minutes. So we'll see. Who's in the starting lineups here?
I bet I could guess the Wildcat starting lineup.
Yeah. We're probably pretty sure who the Wildcats are going to start. We'll wait and see here. The CVC. Kind of see, I'm guessing that they'll potentially come out in some type of a press. Well, I guess we've got the starting
it looks like we've got the starters up there. For the Wildcats, we're going to have number 1, 5'9" senior. 5'9" might be a stretch, but Trey Orchid plays like he's 5'9". I'll give it to him. Then we've got 5'8". That's also a stretch because I'm taller than he is. Ethan Ty, just a junior there, making his second year of varsity basketball.
Yeah, varsity, yeah, starting this year.
And then we got the All-Stater Nick Reed, senior, 6'7". And then we've got another senior, 5'11", Keegan Kula. Pride of Wabeek.
And then who's number 23? You left out 23.
23, it's got to be Patrick Wade,
yep.
5'11", junior.
And for Cedar Valley, it's going to be Joshua Jackson, sophomore.
Joshua Jackson,
Yeah,
doesn't he play for Green Bay?
That's what I thought. Sophomore, 5'8". And
competition tonight. We thank you for the game of basketball, for the opportunity to be here. We pray that as they play this game tonight, they will play with strong character, with great heart, Father, and in a way that honors their schools, their fans, and most of all you, because we do want the glory to go to you tonight. So we ask all these things and pray your blessing on all that follows in Jesus' name. Amen.
then we have Jonathan Holt, a 6'2" junior for the Huskies. Then Levi Telecki, a sophomore, 6-foot sophomore. Dakota Jordan, junior, 6 foot. And then Zach Slamma.
Slamma?
Is that Slamma?
I'm going to call that a Slamma.
That's the best name. That's the best name ever for a basketball player.
Best basketball name I've seen.
Besides Jamma.
Slamma Jamma.
Yeah, have a kid name him first name Slamma, second name Jamma.
Yeah, come on, Mom and Dad, you missed.
Come on, that would be so
You missed your
awesome.
chance there.
Yeah, I'm saying Slamma. Zach Slamma, senior.
Zach.
6'3".
Oh, we'll hear it here. We'll listen to the announcer.
Yeah, I'll see.
That's their tall kid, right?
This is Holt.
And for the Huskies, a sophomore, number 13, Levi Telecki.
All right.
For the Wildcats,
Telecki.
Like that Bulls music.
Yeah. And then let's see here.
and for the Huskies, number 20, a junior, Dakota Jordan.
Wrong name.
Here we go.
Right music.
Here we go. Keegan Kula.
Slamma!
It is Slamma.
All right, I hope Zach does a Slamma. I
kinda
just want to see Zach Slamma.
throw it
Jamma.
down. Slamma Jamma.
Slamma just slammed it down. Man, I wish we had somebody on our team with that name.
I know.
That would be so awesome all season.
Think
There's
it's-
Slamma for another slam. A slam for Slamma.
I would rename my kids that, but there's a solid chance none of them will ever be anywhere near
Near
a
the
rim.
slamming.
near the Slamma.
Oh my God, that's the best. All right, so Slamma, you want to call the Huskies or?
No. No,
So
but
s-
if he dunks one, I
No,
will.
no,
I
no.
will scream.
So Slamma is going to jump against Nick
Nick
Reed,
Reed.
and
Oh.
Slamma didn't even do anything, and Nick Reed tipped it to the
it
Huskies.
to
I don't even
the-
understand how that happened. So Slamma's got the ball,
Hopefully he gets a Slamma Jamma.
and Wildcats are in man-to-man. And Holt looking down, Slamma posting up, and Telecki cuts through, and Holt's just dribbling. There's got to be
Maybe
almost a
a 5
5-second
seconds,
call.
yeah,
Jackson has the ball. He's dribbling, resets at the top of the key.
Nice defense here by the
Yep.
Wildcats.
And there's Jordan.
Keegan Kula daring Jordan
Yep.
to shoot it.
And
No,
there's
Slamma
Slamma
gets a
with the-
rebound.
Are you calling them or me?
You are. It was Slamma.
I know. You're jealous because I can
I
say
know.
that.
Nick Reed's got it. They got two guys on him. Up to Ethan Ty. Down to Trey Orcutt. Back to Ethan Ty. Skip pass to Keegan Kula. He's going to launch a three off the back of the iron. No good.
Holt's got the rebound for the Huskies, and he gets it to Lecky. Telecki gets it to Jackson. Jackson brings it up and stops and pops for a three-pointer, and it's good. And the Huskies are going to just Jackson Jackson and Telecki are trying to
They are daring the Wildcats to score there.
So they're doing a triangle and two tonight.
And they've got the two guys on
the
Nick
shortest two guys on Nick. So Ethan Ty, are you going to tell him what's going on?
Sorry.
There.
I'll pick up right now. Patrick Wade just knocked down a 9-footer. That's going to be there tonight if they continue to run that kind of defense.
There's the steal by Ethan Ty, but he wasn't able to control it, and he goes out of bounds.
Ran out of yardage there, but nice hustle by Ty.
So we got Jackson's going to throw it in. He gets it into Telecki, almost a steal. And there's that call that Ethan's got to realize that he can't use his hands like that.
Yep.
We need him on the floor. He's probably one of our better three-point shooters besides Nick. So Telecki's going to take it out, gets it to Holt. Holt's going to set up the offense. Wildcats are playing man-to-man. Holtz checking things out, gets it over to Tulecki. Tulecki's looking. And there's a lot of action going on, but nothing. Tulecki takes it to the left, shoots, misses, rebounded by Holt. CVC's going to reset. Holt dribbling, thinks about it, and he's got a dead ball, and Tulecki gets it, being pressured by Wade. So they're going to reset here at the top of the key, gets it over to Jackson. Jackson. He's checking things out, gets it to Jordan. Jordan's checking things out. Yeah, Keegan's daring him. Yep. Slamma's got it, kicks it out to Holt. Holt for the three-pointer, goes up, no good. Jackson gets the rebound inside on Trey Orcutt, and Jackson goes up and is followed by Trey. So Jackson's going to go to the line for 2 shots here.
So 5:26 left to go in the first quarter. Wildcats are down 3-2.
And Jackson is hit the three-pointer and misses on the first free throw. So Marshall Vandevet's going to check in for Trey Orcutt. They're playing man-to-man, and I'm sure Coach Carlson's not excited about Trey Orcutt giving up an offensive rebound when you're man-to-man.
Yep.
Yeah, you know who you're defending. You got to know who you're defending, and you got to box them out. There's no question. So Jackson with his second free throw, and he misses it, and Holt gets the rebound,
but travel,
is called for traveling. So the Wildcats here not off to a great start, but we'll see how things go here. Ethan Ties bringing the ball up the floor, checking things out, and he dribble penetrates, kicks it back out to Marshall Vandevet, who drives in, gets it over to Keegan Kula, who shoots up another three, misses.
Nick Reed with the rebound.
Offensive rebound, and tips it to himself, and they are going to call that foul on,
I think, Jackson.
Nope, they called it on 13, who is Levi Tulecki. So that's the first team foul for CVC. And Nick leaves this free throw short. We just talked about how those free throws, Nick's been struggling a little bit.
Again, I would have killed for a 60% shooting average, but good for the second one here.
So that brings us to 3-3 with 5 minutes to go. Wildcats in that press. Holt dribbling, checking things out, gets it over to Tulecki. He's going to dribble up and gets it over half court, but he loses control. Nick Reed with the steal.
Nick Reed on the run out. It's a 2-on-3 break. He turns out. Kicks over to Ethan Ty in the corner. Marshall Vandevek's in. He takes a three. No good.
And Holt with the rebound. Holt's running the other way, and gets it to Tulecki, and there's Jordan. And, they're going to call that a block. I think if Keegan could have had his feet facing, he was kind of at an awkward angle, and I think he was set, but he was sort of at an awkward angle. And, that was Slamma. Slamma slammed into Keegan and knocked him down. And Slamma gets the free throws.
So it's going to be 5-3 here early for the Huskies. Ethan Ty's got the ball, gets a screen from Keegan Kula. Back to Marshall Vandevek. Marshall's going to get some nice dribble penetration. Skip pass back over to Ethan Ty. Still double teaming Nick. Keegan just throws it into him. And a lot of contact, but no foul here. And we're going the other way for the Huskies.
Oh, and there's the second foul on Keegan. That time that was a foul. Keegan was too far underneath the basket. So Nick Reed with the shot, and he missed, and Tulecki got the rebound and took it coast to coast, and is going to be called for a blocking foul on Keegan.
David Warrington's going to check in for Kula here. 2 early fouls. Coach Carlson doesn't like it. He's talking, looks like they're talking about the double team.
Well, there was a little bit of body on Nick. I mean,
lots of body.
Yeah, so it's like if you're going to call that down there, then it's got to be a foul on our ends.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here. So there's 4 fouls, early fouls on the Wildcats. As we
said,
mentioned,
that's the one thing that could really hurt them.
Yeah.
David Warrington gets the rebound off
on
the missed free throw.
So we dodged a bullet there.
Ethan Ty's got the ball, bringing it across half court. They're still going with the triangle and 2 with two guys. Patrick Wade for his second attempt of the game is no good. And there's a scrum, but Huskies end up with it.
And they're and they don't call anything. And David Warrington for sure was standing there, and then they don't call anything.
Nick Reed takes it, running the other way, and gets a foul. Looks like we're going to get probably about 40 free throw attempts here by Nick Reed at this pace. And, you know, at this point, I think the Wildcats will take any offense they can get. And, I mean, generally he's a good free throw shooter. So keep working, getting him free throws. That's a good way to win, but he misses the first one here. He's 1 for 3 on the night.
103-91 is the final score for the Iowa game.
And now 2 for 4 for Nick Reed from the free throw line in the first quarter. Wildcats pull within 2.
So 6-4 with 3:47 left in the first quarter.
Press here, Cars.
Yep.
Marshall.
Just about had it. They get it into Holt. Holt gets it up to Slamma.
And Reed with the steal.
Steals it.
No. Reed steals it from Slamma.
Yeah.
Reed's getting triple teamed, kicks it over to David Warrington in the corner. Over to Marshall Vandeveck. Marshall blows by his guy, loses the ball, and it bounces off a Husky and it goes out of bounds.
Kajella's in for the Huskies, and he knocked it out of Marshall's hands, and fortunately it went out of bounds. The ball's
Nick Reed
into
gets the ball in the lane and gets a nice little fader.
About free throw line, just inside the free throw line. Nick gets his first 2 points of the game. Well, I guess his first field goal.
His first bucket of the game.
Yeah, he had a couple free throws. So Huskies get it up. Slamma's got it in the front court. He gets it over to, makes the pass cross court, but
Patrick Wade
knocks it out of bounds. So the Huskies will reset.
Trey Orcutt's going to enter back in for the Wildcats. Looks like he's going to come in for Wade.
Yep. So Holt has the ball at the top of the key, checking things out. Gets it, tries to get it to
steal by Ethan Ty. Ethan's got to run out the other way. He's got one guy on and misses his layup. Trey Orcutt went for the tip-in off the missed layup and missed that too. So now we're going the other way with the Huskies.
There's a nice crossover move by Telecki, and he misses it. And David Warrington comes down with the rebound. Nick Reed bringing it up for the Wildcats.
Yep, he's still getting doubled here by Telecki. There's a reach foul, and they finally call it there. So it's third foul here in the first quarter for
I think that's going to be – they haven't –
that's his second.
So Telecki, he's going to come out, and Jordan's going to come in. Dakota Jordan, who started the game, is in for Telecki.
Looks like Jordan and Jackson on – here's going to be a good entry pass here to Ethan Ty, who skips it over to David Warrington. He loads up and knocks down a three.
David with the three.
So there's your problem with
the box or the triangle and two.
Yeah.
And we just get the Wildcat. Yeah, and just get the Wildcats going here. So Jackson gets it in the front court to Slamma. Slamma cross courts it over to Kajella, and he launches it. And Ethan Ty's going to pick up his second foul. Ethan came flying in to get the rebound and kind of climbed up Jackson's back, and they're going to call Ethan. And that's where, we talked about that last night. That's not a bad foul. It's the other foul that he had to start where he just touched the person, and it's like you can't use your hands on defense. So Ethan Ty's probably going to be coming out. There's the shot by Holt. No good. And
Marshall Vandeveck's trying to get it, and Trey Orcutt
kind of
right into him.
Loose ball, and it went off a Husky, then a Wildcat, and another Wildcat.
Patrick Wade's coming back in here for Ty.
Yep, goes out of bounds. Huskies will have it. And Holt into Slamma. Slamma goes up with a nice little shot and knocks it in. So it's 8-9 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Wildcats are up by 1. Trey Orcutt with the drive, and he probably would have bet off to shoot it, and it's almost a steal, but Patrick Wade comes up with it.
Yeah, there's David Warrington for another shot attempt, and that one's off the back of the iron. Rebound by Marshall Vandeveck.
Oh, nice pass.
Nice pass by Marshall to a cutting Patrick Wade, who goes in for the left-handed layup.
Marshall started dribbling it out, and he spun around. He got the defense, I think, kind of thinking he was going to go someplace, and he spun around, and Patrick Wade cut to the basket, and Marshall hit him with a no-looker, and that puts the Wildcats up 11-8. with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. So nice play there by the Wildcats.
Yep. That's Wade's second bucket here of the game. Nick Reed's got, what's he got? A couple free throws and a bucket. And David Warrington's got a 3. I guess that rounds it out. There's a steal on the inbounds by Marshall, and he throws it kind of out of control out in front of Trey Orchid. Another turnover for the Wildcats. Don't be in a hurry when you get that steal.
Yeah,
Just
so Wildcats
make it count.
are in that press, so Jackson's going to get it into Holt. Holt's dribbling it to the left, then comes back to the right, gets it to Jackson. Jackson gets it to Slamma. Slamma's at the free throw line, tries to hit a cutting Jordan, but it's deflected and stolen by Marshall.
Nick Reed's got the ball, 2 guys on him. Gets around him, kicks it over to Trey Orchid, who just dropped another one. Come on, Trey.
I think Trey was trying to decide if he was going to dribble or shoot the 3, and he was starting to do something before he had the ball. So hopefully we can get it back here. Holt with the ball for the Huskies. He gets it over to Jackson. Jackson checking things out. Back to Holt. Holt to Slamma. Slamma takes it to the free throw line. Just a nice little jump shot. Knocks it down.
That makes it 10-11. Wildcats up 1.
Yep. Trey Orcutt coming back into the front court. There's David Warrington.
David Warrington in the corner for the 3, no good. Marshall and Slamma collide. Nick Reed gets it and gets the nice putback. So 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Up 3 Wildcats.
You know, the Huskies are really doing a nice job of breaking the press. And there's
Nick Reed with a
strip by Nick. Holt going up for the shot, so the Wildcats are going to come the other way. And they're going to call, there's that foul. You can't play defense with your hands. I think it's going to be on Jordan, I believe.
Number 10, I think.
Nope, 20.
How old's number 10?
Number 10 is a sophomore.
Yeah, looks
Kajella.
like a sophomore.
Yeah. Kajella is on the top of the triangle in 2.
All right, Wildcats are going to play for the last shot of the quarter here.
About 15 seconds left.
Vandevek's got the ball on his hip. Now he's playing catch with Orcutt. Back and forth here. 10 seconds to go. It's time to go now. Trey Orcutt's going to launch one and he's going to get his shot back and throw up another one. And he hits it on the buzzer. Trey Orcutt. He kind of goes trying to draw a foul on that first shot, falls down, and then realizes there's still lots of time left, and the ball gets tipped right back out to him, and he knocks it down as time expires.
Big three-pointer there for the Wildcats.
Big 3 by the senior, yeah. Hey, he just hit his season average on that shot.
Yep. You know, this is kind of one of those games, you know, CBC didn't win a game last year, and I didn't look to see how close they came at all. But they have a lot of these kids back. It looks like they have a lot of familiar faces there. And they're, you know, I saw when Slamma made that shot at the free throw line there, and it was 8-9. They're pumping their fists like, yeah, we're in this game, we're doing this, you know. And this is the kind of team that they're 0-20 from last year. You 0-1 this year. You don't want to give them a chance to think that they can even play with you. Yeah. And, you know, Wildcats are getting some good looks, and this is kind of one of those games, the triangle and 2, they're putting somebody in the front, and they're pretty effective, actually. It's been hard to get Nick the ball. So this is where some of those role players need to step up and knock some shots down. David Warrington, like you said, has one. Now Trey, you know, in dramatic fashion has one. But we need to get Patrick going here, and we need Marshall to hit these shots. But we can't stick around and let CVC think that they can compete with us. And now the cool thing is that the Wildcats get the ball to start the second quarter, so we're up 10-16.
Vandevek and Reed again playing catch out at the top. Orcutt.
There's
Orcutt with the
ball's knocked away there by
turnover.
Kajella, and the Huskies are going to come into the front court. Jackson's got it to Kajella. Kajella's dribbling, gets it back to Jackson. Jackson gets it down to Jordan. Jordan's checking things out. They get it back to Jackson. Huskies are being patient. Holt's got the ball at the top of the key. Gets it to Slamma at the elbow over Marshall. Slamma misses the rim. He slammed it off the backboard. No rim.
Reed's got the ball at half court now. Up 6. Gets it down to Patrick Wade. Kicks it out to Marshall Vandevek. Nice slide by. Oh, dang it. Marshall made a nice play to get by his defender and then threw it off another defender.
Yep, so Huskies come into the front court. Jackson looking around, looks at the cutter, still standing there, and gets it over to Jordan. Jordan's checking things out. Over to the left side, Kajella. Kajella brings it back to the top of the key, resets, gets it over to Jackson. Jackson's looking into Slamma. Slamma goes, sets a pick, nothing there. Jackson's dribbling the ball around, gets the pick by Slamma. Looks into Slamma, can't get it to him, gets it to Holt, being defended by Orcutt. Huskies are showing good patience, but also good defense on the Wildcats.
Yeah, I like the
part.
defensive.
Yeah, man-to-man here.
Defensive work that we're showing here by the Wildcats.
Jordan's on the baseline on the left-hand side. Kajella swings it around here to Slamma. Slamma goes over to Holt. Looks like they're doing the flex offense there.
Nick
and
Reed
there's
with the
a shot, and Reed with the rebound, and he's going to push the ball up the floor for the Wildcats. Dribbles it off.
It's going to be another foul to Trey
Unfortunately,
Orcutt.
Nick.
Trey Orcutt tried to grab
Unfortunately, Nick was dribbling, and it just hit the foot of the CVC guy. Otherwise, I think Nick would have had a nice look at the basket, and unfortunately, Trey Orcutt gets a foul, and that's going to be Trey's second foul, I believe, also.
Ethan Ty comes in for him. He's got 2 early ones.
Yeah, so they have to be smart. So Holt's going to come into the front court on the right-hand side here, and then he dribbles to the top of the key. And he gets it over to Jackson. Cuts. Jackson's looking. There's Jordan. And there's Jackson again. And being defended by Nick Reed. And then he gets it to Kajella. Kajella over to Holt. Holt dribbles, kicks it to Kajella. Kajella dribbles in, kicks it back out to Jordan. Jordan over to Kajella. He ball fakes.
Stole by Ethan Ty.
Yeah, and then Ethan Ty gets the steal and then kicks off.
Kajella.
Yeah, Kajella's foot's in the way again, but this time it goes out of bounds and the Wildcats will have it. And Keegan Cool is going to check in for David Warrington. David did a nice job of defense and knocking down that big shot there.
All right, Marshall Vandevek's got the inbounds from Ty, bringing it up the field. Up the floor, I should say. Still in football mode here. Over to Patrick Wade at the wing. Back to Marshall up top. Over to Ty in the wing. Back to Marshall. He's going to take that wide open 3 off the backboard. Nothing there. Ethan Ty at the rebound.
They're going to call a foul on the shot there, and is that on Slamma?
That's on Slamma, getting the Slamma Jamma.
Yep. Ethan dribbled in, and they're going to call. He kind of started going up for the shot, and Slamma got him on the way up. That's 2 fouls on Slamma.
That's good. Get that 6'4" roster-sized player out of there. Misses the first one here. Nothing doing so far this quarter. Wildcats still up 6, 16 to 10.
There it is.
Ty knocks down the second one. Extend that lead by 1. Full court press on, just full court man, I believe still.
It looks like maybe a 1-2-2.
Yep, it's a 1-2-2.
So Jordan's got it in the front court, gets it back to Holt. Holt's going to get things set up. Wildcats still in their man defense. Holt's dribbling it, being guarded by Patrick Wade.
Nice pressure by Wade.
Gets it over to Kajella. Kajella
and Kula out there.
Kajella's
about 112 pounds.
About 100 pound, 5'7", being defended by Keegan Kula.
But there's Holt for the basket,
There's a Holt with the basket, and the Wildcats will bring it into the front court.
Nope, that was Slamma with the basket.
Oh, Slamma, okay.
And there's a nice take by
Wade.
Patrick Wade. But, Ethan Ty, don't get grabby.
Oh, nice hustle by Jackson with the rebound, and he passed it. And then he had to go dive after it and keep it alive there, and the Huskies get it in the front court.
17-12, 4 minutes to go.
Yep. Jackson inside to Jordan, back out to Kajella. Kajella with the 3 misses. Patrick Wade with the rebound, so the Wildcats are going to go on the offensive. They get it down to Ethan Ty. Nice move by Ethan going into the land of the Giants, and I think that's going to be Jordan. And that'll be his second foul if it's 20. Is that who they called it on? Yep. So Ethan
Ty knocks down the first one, 18-12. Exactly 4 minutes to go in the half. There's another free throw for Ty. He's 3 for 4 from the charity stripe.
So we got
Trap, nice active hands by
Holt had it, and Patrick, he tried to make the pass up the floor,
yeah,
and Patrick Wade did a nice job of going up and defending it, and Holt tried to catch it, and he couldn't control it and went out of bounds, so the Wildcats take over. And
there's Ethan Ty for 3. Nope, off the back of the rim. Rebound by Marshall.
That's the thing with the box or
right
a
back
triangle.
To Ty. Do it again, Ty.
Yep.
There it is. It's a good look. No good there. Short. Rebounded by
is that Jordan?
Jordan.
So Holt's got the ball. Triangle and 2, they should get a lot of rebounds, that's for sure. Kajella with the air ball there. It's not the first one we've seen tonight. And there's Holt with the shot and a miss, and now Slamma.
That's going to be Ethan Ty's third foul.
He boxed out / pushed after, was that Holt who was shooting, I believe? I'm not sure who that was. Actually, was it even a shot?
I don't think it was on the shot, but they're going to give it to him.
Well, it's the bonus. The Wildcats are in the bonus, so I think it was after the pass, and I don't know what happened there. Anyway.
Oof, Coach Carlson might have to switch to a zone here just to get out.
We'll go ahead and give a shout out to Next Bank.
Way.
Each person and family has unique financial needs. That's why we offer a variety of personal banking and lending products. We offer everything you need for your personal financial success, from checking and savings accounts to loans and online services. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So triangle and 2. Again, we're getting those looks, and this is kind of what we talked about. A lot of open looks for the Wildcats besides Nick, and let's see who can step up and knock some down. On the floor besides Nick right now, we've got Keegan's got 4. Is that 23? Oh, no, that's
no.
Wade. Wade's got 4 points.
4, and Ethan Ty's got 3.
No, who's number?
Well, Ethan Ty just came out, but he's got 3.
Who's number 1? Where's your program?
I don't know what I did with it. I get tired of holding it. No, not Marshall. Trey Orcutt.
Yeah, Trey Orcutt.
Oh, yeah, I hit that 3-pointer.
Yeah, so Trey on the floor right now is Trey with 3 points, Nick with 6, and Keegan with 4. So this is where we need Patrick, I'm sorry. Patrick's got 4. Keegan hasn't scored yet tonight. So we've got to see Marshall maybe pick up a little scoring slack and potentially a couple of the other Wildcats. So there's Holt with the free throw, the first one.
13-19, Wildcats up 6. And another free throw by Holt.
So it wasn't on the shot because that would have been a 3 free throws. So there was something that happened afterwards. It was just a bonus. So Wildcats come in the front court. Now that should be a foul because that's been a foul on.
That's a nice take by the senior there, Trey Orcutt. Blew by 3 defenders and just went and scored. Just had enough of getting fouled and took it hard down the lane and scored.
So Slamma gets it to nice job. They get it to Kajella, and Kajella gets a layup.
Trey Orcutt putting his head down, doing it again, right back to the bucket. Oh,
they're a little out of control, and they bring in Telecki comes back in, and Telecki's got 2, and he goes right at the Wildcats, and he knocks it down. So we got an 18-21 game, 2:30 left in the second quarter. And Nick's just having a hard time getting the ball. And the
official's looking at him, but.
Yeah. Oh, there's a forced pass by Trey into Keegan, and Keegan really wasn't open. And there's Marshall trying to take the charge.
3-on-1 break here. Taking
a
nice pass up to Wade.
There we go.
Nice job.
Yeah. There we got a little running going. I feel like the Wildcats need to get into a running contest here to kind of loosen things up a little. Yeah. So Slamma gets the ball into the front court, gets it down to Jordan. Bad pass. Nick gets it, rolls it over to Keegan, and now we got Trey Orcutt coming the other way.
Over to Marshall in the corner. Marshall blows by the defense and goes up with a shot, but they're going to call a foul on the floor.
Telecki just picked up his third foul.
Third foul in the first half.
I mean, players have to realize what the situation is. They need you out on the floor. You just been sitting, and then if you're going to stop that, move your feet and play defense. Don't just reach. And so Telecki's going to go out, and Jackson's going to come in.
Nice move here, pulling Trey Orcutt out. Don't need him getting his third foul.
Yep. David Warrington on the floor.
Yep, back in. David's got a three-pointer tonight.
Yep.
Marshall with the.
Oh, nice free throw there by Marshall.
Yep, good look there at the free throw. Knocked it down. 24-18. Wildcats will use any kind of offense they can get here. Second shot coming. And it's good by the junior, Marshall Vandeveck.
So 2 free throws, we'll take those. So Holt and Jackson in the backcourt working against the press. Jackson comes up, gets it to Slamma in the middle of the floor, breaks the press. Slamma's got it at the top of the key, pulls up for the 3. In and out, rebounded by Nick. Nick's going to come the other way.
Nick's got by his defenders here. See if he can.
Nice pass.
Nice little dump off to
Patrick
Wade. So
nice look.
The whole 5 defenders collapsed on Nick's read. You could tell they were going to do everything they can this game to not let him score. But he's got a couple assists, and he still has 6 points.
Yep.
Nice
So
job, Nick, doing what you can for the offense here.
Wildcats are still in that man-to-man, and Holt's at the top of the key. Defended by Marshall. He's making a crossover there. And he gets it over to Kajella, who does the runner, and can't get it to fall. Nice pass.
Keegan Kula with a little up and under move.
A little out of control. Holt gets it up to Kajella. Kajella's going to,
it's got to be a travel. Come on now.
Jeez. He took about 18 steps. I think he's watched a little too much NBA there.
Yeah.
So Wildcats are going to get it back.
All
we
right,
got 45 seconds, yeah.
Wildcats up 9. Marshall Vandeveck's got the ball out. Just kind of letting the clock run down. Kicks it over to Keegan Kula. We're at 30 seconds now. Still waiting for the last shot of the half. Back to Kula. Marshall and Kula taking turns putting it on their hip. Throws it down to Patrick Wade, who probably
could have potentially had the shot.
Could have had the shot, but knows coach didn't want it.
Now we're down inside 10.
Now we're at 8. Marshall's going to the bucket. And a wild shot. And
Holt's going to get a good look at it. Three-pointer.
Nope.
And it goes out. You know how we were talking about the girls almost being, and not that the guys are being selfish, but
sometimes
the couple of those last drives they almost needed to make, because the thing is they're trying to go around. It's a box. It's a triangle and 2, and you got 2 guys on Nick, so you got 3 people, and as we're driving, the 2 bottom people are pinching in to stop our guys, and they're trying to split through them. There's got to be a person wide open. So it's just maybe as what we need to do is just look for that extra pass and understand the situation now. I don't know. Triangle 2 isn't something that a lot of teams like to play. They stick more to the box and 1 when you've got something like a big scorer like Nick. So anyway, maybe you don't practice much against the triangle and 2. So hopefully they can make those adjustments, and they can, and Coach Carlson will say, hey, keep driving. That's what I think they need to do, is keep driving and draw the defenders, and then you should have a bunch of dump down little weak side layups there. So hopefully the Wildcats can get that figured out here at halftime. So we got 18-27.
Trey Orcutt's got 5 points. Marshall Vandeveck's got 2. Ethan Ty's got 3. David Warrington's got 3.
I think Nick's at 6, isn't he?
Patrick Wade's got 8. He's the leading scorer. Nick's got 6.
But Nick's had some nice
nice dump down passes.
Yeah, nice assists there, and in the second half, I don't know. I liked the press the other night. I'm not sure the press is being as effective tonight. I'm not going to say the guards for the Huskies are actually handling the press pretty well. So
yeah, they are.
Maybe come back into maybe do like a half court trap, some type of a thing where you put a little pressure on them. Because I feel like we've given up some of the shots that they've gotten have been kind of beating the pressure, and Slam has gotten a couple of those easy looks right there inside the free throw line. So I don't know. Maybe just see what what would happen without a press, and then
Yep.
you can always go back into it. Just maybe put a little pressure. And I feel like when the Huskies have to do their half-court offense, I feel like they aren't as effective. They haven't maybe gotten as much out of their sets and stuff like that as out of like that transition a little bit. So we'll see here what happens. We've got Ethan Ty has 3 fouls for the Wildcats.
Well, Trey's got 2, Keegan's got 2, and
Yep.
I think that's
about it.
that's
And
it.
then as far as for the Huskies, Levi Telecki, one of their starters, he has 3 fouls, and a couple of their other guys have 2. I think Jordan had 2, and I think Slama had 2, didn't he? So nobody.
Telecki's got
Telecki and Ethan are the 2 with 3 each.
Yep.
Each team has 1 player with 3 fouls, and they have a couple. They had 2, and we have a couple with 2. So see what kind of adjustments Coach Carlson makes. 27-18, 9-point game. Probably not thinking that we're going to be this close to this team at halftime as far as the 9 points. So it's going to kind of be interesting to see how we do come out and try to kind of pull away. Because as a coach, I know I'd be a little nervous only with a 9-point lead. And I've got to guess that, like I said, I saw CVC. I remember they played last year. I caught them when they played Springville because I do support my nephew. And I know, and unfortunately he plays at Springville. And so,
Traitor.
but I do remember, but you've got to look at that. Jackson is a sophomore, and you can tell he's just he's stronger and a lot smoother. And that little Kajela that came off the bench, he's 5'7". He just looks stronger and stuff and more confident. And so they have everybody back, and they came off of like we said, 0-20. And you're probably thinking, let's get these guys. And then part of that too could be a little bit of a concentration thing by our guys, thinking, this is going to be easy,
right.
But these are the kind of games that you want to come out. You just want to go out, knock them out in the first half. So in the second half, you just
nothing to worry
cruise,
about.
right? Yeah. You just don't want to let them hang around and think that they can do something. Because just with the 3-pointer, no team is ever out of it. And that's just what can scare you a little bit when a team has, when that 3-point shot's there and you hit a couple of those and boom, you're back in the game,
Yep.
So we'll see what happens here with the Wildcats. If you're just joining us, I'm Cindy McCarthy alongside here Cody Ratliff. The girls got their first win tonight. They won 57-22, and Sarah Reed and Emma Fritcher led the Wildcats in scoring. Both of them were in double figures, and a lot of other Wildcats got in the scoring column, so it was fun to see them get their first win. And a lot of hustle there. I like the way they play D. They're scrappy on defense, and I think as they just continue to get used to the new system and stuff and get things figured out, that they'll be able to be contending
better,
and yeah, for sure. So with 4 minutes to go, here comes the Huskies coming out on the floor. They've went through their adjustments. They've talked about things, and they've had a nice game plan. They're doing the triangle and 2. They've got 2 guys on Nick at all times, 1 in front, 1 in back, and they've been pretty effective with that. It's been hard for Nick to get open, and the other 3 guys have been hanging in there. We've gotten some offensive rebounds, and we've been able to take advantage of that a couple times. Maybe not as consistently as Coach Carlson would like. We started doing a little more penetrating that last probably part of the second quarter. But now we just need to finish out on some of those kickouts we need to finish. And CVC coach is getting some suggestions from the crowd down here in front of us. So anyway.
Yeah. One thing, the Wildcats have been shooting, about a 31% clip from the 3-point line. I would venture to say we're probably not anywhere near that right
yeah,
now. So
we're not definitely not shooting from the outside with the.
I think David Warrington's got the one made 3, I think, and
him and Trey.
Did Trey? Oh yeah, Trey hit the one at the end of the first quarter. Forgot.
Yeah, Trey hit a 3 and David hit a 3. I think that's the only 2 threes that we've had, hasn't it?
Yeah, David's missed 2, so he's shooting 30%.
Keegan's missed a couple.
Keegan's missed a couple.
Marshall's missed a couple.
Ethan's missed a couple.
Yep.
So.
But you know what? If we, that'll be the other thing. You know, if we can knock some of those 3-pointers down, I guess if they're willing to give us those threes and we start making them, and if they want to stay in the triangle and 2, I guess that's their choice. I'm assuming they're probably saying, hey, let somebody else beat us besides Nick, get 50 on us. So we'll see here. Wildcats are coming back out. There's 2 minutes to go here in the 2 minutes to go at halftime. And we'll get going here on the second half. We've had some opportunities at the free throw line. Nick's missed a couple. Ethan missed, I think, we were probably shooting, I would say, 60%, don't you think, from
free
at least,
throw?
yeah, 60, 70, I don't know. Nick's missed a couple, I know.
Nick's missed a couple, but he's shooting 50%. Ethan Ty's got.
He missed. Did he miss his first one, and then he had a couple?
Marshall's made both of his.
Right. So.
I think Ethan maybe like, I don't remember, 2 for 3 or 3 for 4, somewhere around there.
All right, so getting
Either
ready
way,
here.
We got another minute of us.
Got another minute, and then we'll get going here with the second half, and hopefully the Wildcats can kind of come out with that same scoring spurt that the girls did. Emma Fritcher had, I think, by herself 8 points within the first 2 minutes of the.
I think Coach Carlson would be happy
with
an
third quarter.
18-point third quarter.
Yeah, it was an 18-point third quarter. So hopefully the Wildcats can come out. Let's go ahead and give a shout out one more time to Next Bank. Next Bank combines the values of a locally owned independent Eastern Iowa community bank with expanded services and the latest technology to meet our customers' fast-moving lifestyle. Bank on your success with Next Bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All right, it looks like
getting to be go time. Slama's in, Jordan's in, Holt's in.
Same starting lineup for the Huskies. And it looks like
Orchid, Ty, Reed,
same starting
Keegan,
lineup.
And Patrick for the Wildcats.
So both teams are going to go with their starters, and the Huskies are going to get the ball to start the third quarter. And Lucky.
Wildcats will start this half up 27-18, 9-point lead.
Yep. So Lucky gets it into Jordan, and Jordan's going to bring the ball into the front court. Wildcats stay in the man-to-man. Jackson gets it over to Lucky. Lucky set out quite a bit of the first half with 2 fouls, and then he picked up a third foul, so he does have 3 fouls. Jackson checking things out, gets it to the top of the key to Lucky. Lucky dribbles around Ethan Ty and shoots it up over Nick, and it misses, and Nick gets the rebound.
All right, Nick's got to run out here. He's going to go all the way coast to coast and get
one.
A bucket and draw a foul. That was that's one way to beat your triangle in 2. Get the ball, just go as fast as you can, and go get a layup.
Yeah. 24. They just called that on Slamma. So Zach Slamma picks up his third. So Slamma's got 3 now, and Lucky's got 3.
And Nick's cash from the free throw line there makes it 30-18. Extend that lead, Wildcats.
Yep, that's what we need.
Get some more defense going here.
So Jackson's going to have the ball and bring it into the front court. Trey Orcutt picks him up. They get it to the high post.
Whoa,
that was
that not anything. Holy cow, about took Patrick's head off.
Patrick had the steal, and somehow the ball got back to the Huskies. It hit somebody's foot, and there was no call. And
Patrick got clothesline.
Yeah. So the Huskies maintain possession here, stay down on this end of the floor. Lucky's checking things out, guarded by Ethan. And he dribbles and passes it over to Jackson. Jackson gets to the top of the key, checking things out, dribbles to the left. Dribbles, sticking around, not really doing much. Now he dribbles over to the right, gets it to Lucky. Lucky dribbles to the top of the key. The Huskies look a little confused right now, like they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing. Lucky's just standing up there dribbling. Now he goes to the right, gets it to Jackson. Jackson looks into Slamma, knocked out of bounds by Keegan Kula. It's going to stay down here with the Huskies. So Tulecki's going to take it out, and the Huskies stack it up here. And there's a timeout. Trey Orcutt's tying his shoe, so there's going to be a timeout. Officials timeout. All right, and we're ready to go. Tulecki's going to pass it in for the Huskies. Gets it to Jackson in the backcourt. Jackson checks things out, brings it into the front court. Again, Patrick Wade defending that. There's the baselines. Tulecki looks inside to Jordan. Nothing there. Tulecki gets it to, I'm sorry, that's not Jordan. That's Holt. Holt's inside and then outside. And there's a
tip away by
Trey Orcutt, but wasn't able to maintain control. So Tulecki's got the ball, gets it to Jackson at the top of the key, resets the offense for the Huskies, and Jackson goes to the left, and then he gets it to Jordan at the top of the key, back to Jackson. Okay, again, they look a little confused here, and Jackson's being defended. Again, good defense by the Wildcats, really kind of stymieing the Huskies. And then Holt, geez Louise, I've not seen the ball dribble off of other people's feet except for this game. Wildcats had the rebound, Nick Reed, and Nick Reed is dribbling the ball, and it bounces off of the CVC player's foot, and it goes to CVC. They just went up for a shot and missed, and the ball got knocked out of bounds on the on the rebound. Nick got knocked out of bounds of Nick's hands, and so Trey Orcutt's going to bring it in the front court finally for the Wildcats.
All right, Trey Orcutt's got the ball at the right wing here. Step back, surveying the field. Looks like they switched to a box.
Nope,
but still the same old
triangle and two.
And Cat's going to go with the stall call. All right, Cats, I like it. We're going to stand out here all day with a 12-point lead. I love it. There, come out. Get the defense spread out. Same thing I would have done.
Their coach is telling them to pack it in, and now we're just going to stand out here.
Yep.
They got Nick Reed at the free throw line, and now they're going to have Holtz running back and forth. Oh, look at the weak side right there, Patrick. That if you stay in that, you're going to get layups the whole game. Right there it is. Oh, shoot the ball, Patrick. But he does a nice pass to Trey Orcutt sliding down there. So either one, yeah.
Couple more listeners here. We got Dr. Cronin and his dad somewhere lost up in the hills of Alameda County. I bet you they're around Decorah would be my guess.
All right.
But they're listening in. They're trying to.
So do they have Wi-Fi up there?
Well, that's what he said. It's pretty spotty, so he's probably missing his shout out. But
yeah.
They're listening.
So Trey Orcutt gets that. The Wildcats kind of are trying to force the Huskies to come out, and Trey Orcutt goes in. And I like bringing Nick up to the
high post
to the high post free throw line. You know what? If they want to play this, stay in your triangle and two, because with Nick up there, that really opens up some back doors. If we can penetrate, we're going to get layups all night long. So, but Huskies.
I really like the Wildcats holding the ball on their hip out of half court.
Yep.
If you're going to sit in there, we got a 12-point lead. You need the ball,
right.
not us. So we can stand out there all day and not score.
And their coach called a quick timeout after that, so we'll see what happens here when the Huskies go back on defense. But there's Tulecki with the shot, and it's an air ball.
You might remember a game way back when, in about 2003, the Orioles and Wildcats had a similar such, we did the same thing with Springville, and it ended up like 6-4 at halftime.
Yeah, then it got out of control after that.
It did get out of control after that.
But now here we go. So they're going straight up man to man. It looks like now the Huskies are.
Yeah,
and now
Nick
they
Reed.
get it inside to Nick.
And could have been a foul on Slamma, but no call. But yeah, that's. Right now, coaches maybe second guessing that.
Well, you know what? You can still stay in the triangle and two, and just
move,
come up out and chase the ball around. I mean, but we'll see what happens. There's a shot by Slamma from the elbow, so it's 20-34. The Huskies are sticking around. There's 3:40 left in the third quarter. Wildcats getting into the front court, and there's Trey.
There's.
Nick
Reed with the ball, getting a screen from he's just going to do it himself and end up turning it over.
Yep.
Come on, Keegan, turn around the wrong way. There's
and
a run out for Tulecki.
Gets a run out and gets 2 points, so it's 22-34. We just can't get rid of these guys, and they're straight up man. Holt's going to be guarding Nick. And there's Trey Orcutt trying to pass it to Keegan Kula, and there's a turnover, and Tulecki gets another layup, so it's 34-24.
All right, Orcutt gets it over to Patrick Wade, who takes it in, gets a double team, kicks out to Ethan Ty. Ty with the long three, no good. Reed with the rebound and a putback.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
Gets
got to
fouled.
call
Yeah,
that.
if they don't call that a foul, Coach Carlson's head might
that's
fall
going to
off.
be on Slamma. The thing is Slamma had his hands straight up, but he was moving his body and his arms straight into Nick. And so that's going to be 4 on Slamma.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yep.
What's he got for
I'm
their
pretty
points?
sure that's going to be
9 of
yeah,
their
he's their
24
leading
points.
scorer right now. I mean, as a
And
coach right
Reed's
now, you
short
got to
on the free
leave him
throw.
leave him in and just tell him to be smart as he can be, because I don't think you can take him out. Nick misses his first shot. David Warrington checks in, as well as Marshall Vandevet. And Nick gets the second.
Knocks down the second one here.
Yep. So Tulecki gets it into Holt. Wildcats are staying in the man-to-man. Holt's going to bring it up. And he's going to look to
He's got
drive.
Nick Reed on him.
Yeah. Pulls it out. Jackson.
It's nice when you can put your 6'7" guy on the point guard.
Yeah. And Holt.
Oh, what
wow.
Kind of call is
that was a bad. That was not a very good call. First of all, it's the official who, this just drives me crazy. He's the official that's out
behind the play.
Behind the play. You've got an official standing underneath the basket,
watching the play on the block.
Holt, and we've got a bird's eye view. Holt pushes off a little bit on Nick to clear some space, and Nick just goes up, and there wasn't. I don't even think Nick touched him.
Yeah, the only contact
was Holt pushing off a little bit. I'd say that's a no call, and just let him play.
Yep.
And luckily, Nick, that's just Nick's first foul.
But
and
it
Holt
brings it back into a 10-point lead, though.
Yeah.
Reed's got the ball. He's going to take a three at the top of the key.
Nope.
It's short. Keegan Kula tries to strip it from Holt, but
no
Dakota.
And Jordan picks it up.
Jordan
so Jordan gets
the
it in the front court, and there's Slamma. Slamma's at the three-point line. He looks to shoot it.
Nice steal by Ethan Ty. He's got Slamma. Yep, that was a great job by Ethan to keep pushing it. Because Slamma just stopped running and let him go score.
Well, Slamma's got 4, so he can't afford to do that.
He knew he couldn't contest it, so
he
just let the bucket go.
Yep. So the Huskies bring it down, and there's Slamma. He turns and knocks it down
Slamma
from that elbow. And Nick's going to bring the ball up the floor now for the Wildcats. 10-point lead with 1:40 to go. So Nick brings it in, and he just takes it in and lays it in.
Yep.
I'm not sure who was that. Holt trying to defend him. And the Huskies are going to call a 30-second timeout, so I'm not sure if they're going to go back. Like I said, you can stay in the triangle and 2, but just bring your defenders out a little bit, which, again, I think will help us. You're just not going to be able to pack it back. You're down 10 or 12 points, like you said. They need the ball worse than us, so they have to be aggressive somehow. Wildcats defensively are doing pretty good job. Holt Slammers is got a nice little shot. They've tried different people on him, and he's got a really nice shot from that elbow area. He's really, really accurate. So he's got 11 points for the Huskies.
Yeah, Nick's
Reed's
the
got
leading
14.
scorer with 14, and Slamma's got 11 for the Huskies.
So
nice little big man duel, I guess.
Yeah. So we've got Holt bringing the ball up here for the Huskies. Wildcats still in their man-to-man. Holt checking things out, gets it to Tulecki. He turns and shoots over Warrington, misses. Reed with the rebound.
All right, Reed's going to bring it up. Going to get a big screen from Keegan Kula. And they're switching off on screens now. Tulecki's on Reed, top of the key. Everybody's clearing out.
And Tulecki's got 3 fouls. And
they're just going to let Reed go to work, and he's going to miss the elbow jumper.
Jackson with the rebound, gets it up to Holt. Holt pushes it up, and he's going to go in against Nick, and he loses control, and he can't do anything about it. Oh,
Ethan, what were you doing there?
Yeah, Ethan should have just let it go out of bounds, because Holt totally lost control of it.
Yeah, it wasn't because Nick stripped it. He just threw it out.
A lot of weird bounces and things tonight.
It's like they're using a square ball out there. Slamma and Reed down low. Slamma shoot.
And again, there's that official out at half court. The official out at half court calls it, and the official underneath the basket doesn't call it. It's like that is not his call. I understand
how can they make no calls when they're doubling him and in his shorts all first half, and you're going to call that from 45 feet away is absolutely
You know what? I don't have a
ridiculous.
problem if that's a foul, but that should be the underneath foul
if
official calling it.
There's
that shouldn't
two
be the guy at half court. That's why we went to three officials, so
you could don't have to call it from 90 feet. Ugh.
God, I just hate
Gross.
that. And you know what? Anyway, all right, so there's 2 free throws, so it's a 10-point game.
Yep,
45,
and
there's a steal by Jackson and a push on Ethan, and that's going to be a 3-point play or a opportunity for a 3-point play. And I don't know that guy. Oh, she's calling it an intentional foul.
Well, she's asking him if she wants to call it intentional. This official definitely has it out for the Wildcats.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. This is just like watching the Nebraska-Iowa game the other day.
Yeah.
Like,
did he just call 2 fouls on Ethan?
He called 2 fouls on Ethan.
So Ethan's done. Wow. Ethan's done. Yeah, here's the thing. Again, that very well could have been a foul. I didn't see Ethan, but Nick literally had 2 people constantly in contact with him when they were doing the triangle and 2, and they weren't letting him move, and they weren't calling anything. So Ethan now.
And that was the official under the bucket watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Right.
I've never seen anything so blatant in a high school basketball game. It is not your job to keep the game close or do anything along that. That you let the players play.
Yep.
That was unbelievable. He called so many things. They still can't even sort it out right now.
So with 40 seconds left, it's 39-31.
So they must have called an
2 separate fouls.
They called the foul on the shot.
And
now they're calling.
Which I have a hard. God, I don't know. I have a hard time with that.
Technical.
But he did kind of push him from the back, and then they're calling it. Well,
a technical foul on
Ethan. Did they
Ethan.
call it technical?
They called it technical on Ethan, who
he
was
said
walking
he
off
elbowed somebody for elbowing. So I don't know what.
This makes it an even worse call than what
because
it was.
They don't even know what they're doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 40 seconds to go. 39-31, and we've got Slamma going to the free throw line. Evidently, he's the one who Ethan elbowed, and so now they're talking to each coach, and so Ethan's done.
Yeah, Ethan's going to be out of the game because they called the
2 fouls on him.
They called the and 1 foul on him, and apparently as he was walking off the court,
he elbowed another person.
Somebody who
and Slamma misses. So Slamma missed, and I'm assuming they'll get the ball back. Well, if that was it, I didn't see him do a technical though. I just saw him do a personal foul. Almost it has to be a technical as a dead ball.
Yeah. Well, he blew the whistle out there.
Now they're still talking.
Yeah. Well, these two don't know what's going on because
the other
they were actually watching the play.
Right, and the other guy's just taking over the game.
Can't figure out how this guy can make these calls.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, Slamma's going to knock these down, makes it 30.
Oh, Slamma missed his first one,
so,
did he? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the other one
so
was
now, with 40
Jackson.
seconds left in the third quarter, it's 39-32, and Cedar Valley's going to get the ball. And Ethan Ty has fouled out, so that's going to hurt the Wildcats a little bit. Yeah. So we've got Holt and Kajella's back in. He gets it to Holt. Wildcats are in the man-to-man. Holt's dribbling around, and then there's Kajella being defended by Marshall. And it gets it into Slamma, who misses. And Nick gets the rebound, and he's going to take it in. And Slamma is out, is my guess.
There's a makeup call by one of the officials that didn't agree with. Thank you.
No, she didn't call it on Slamma, though.
Oh, she didn't. Yeah, I thought it was Jackson, right?
And it's going to be 12, Kajella.
Oh, Kajella.
No. Holt gets his first foul. And Nick
does get the roll.
Yes,
all right.
So Nick gets
4
the
seconds
old-fashioned three-point play. Don't
foul. He
Holt
splits the defense.
gets a
no
look,
good. All right.
but misses.
10-point lead going into the fourth quarter for the Wildcats.
Wow, what a half.
42. That was just I don't know.
That was crazy.
That reminds me of over at Alburnett when the officials didn't quite make the right calls on a few things back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm just so lost on what that
well,
sort of events.
You know, that was a 15 to 14 point quarter, so you know that's we luckily we had a 9 point.
You'd like to say nothing hurt, but boy, you could have really extended that lead, but didn't
it's
get it
really,
done.
It's going to hurt having Ethan out because Ethan was our second leading scorer at 9 points a game, and I think he ended up with just. He had a few free throws.
I think he had 3 free throws. I think he was 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
He had a layup in the second half.
Orcutt's in. He's got 7.
So Marshall and
Marshall's got 2.
Marshall and
Reed's
Trey
got 17. And
Patrick are really going to have to. I'd like to see Patrick really kind of step it up.
Got 3. Yeah.
So we'll see here what happens.
And that's all right.
So
inbounds pass to.
The one thing is we do have Cedar Valley out in man-to-man, so we'll see how that.
There's a 3-point shot by Warrington. It was short and rebounded by Jackson.
Gets it up to Holt. Holt's looking into the front court, and he's going to pass it to Kajella. I think Kajella thought he was going in, and then at the last minute, Holt turned around and passed it, and Kajella was gone. So Wildcats are going to get the ball back here, and
all right, we got a trap up here.
Nice,
Ooh,
go. You got
nice job by Marshall, split the defense and out of control on his layup, but had a 2-on-1 break there. They tried to trap Patrick Wade.
So Holt with the three-pointer, no good. And Trey gets the rebound. And I tell you, this is getting a little.
It's getting a little physical out there.
Well, just a lot of weird stuff.
Trey Orcutt, Patrick Wade, and was that Jackson down there on the ground?
Yeah.
Or Telecki?
I would have liked to see Marshall get a little better spacing. It was a 2-on-1, and he went right down the middle of the lane, and there was, I think it was Wade. He needed to get off to the left.
No, it was David Warrington.
Oh, yeah. And
Big man ran the floor and could have got him an easy layup.
Slamma either choose or either he's going to give you the basket or he's going to get a foul. So anyway, we weren't able to convert. Huskies have the ball, and Telecki goes right by Warrington.
Yeah, that was a nice job by
for
Telecki.
2 points. So with 7 minutes to go, it's 34-42. Trey Orcutt gets it in the front court, gets it over to Keegan Kula. Kula gets it up to Wade. Wade's checking things out. Gets it to the baseline to Nick, spins, and then they're going to call foul on Holt. And so we'll take it.
6:47 to go here in the game. Wildcats are up 42-34 with the ball underneath their basket.
Both teams have 14
There's
fouls.
A wide open look for David Warrington in the corner and knocks it down. Big
Trey
shot.
Orcutt on the out-of-bounds play gets it to Warrington.
They were
Big basket.
so concerned with Reed down on the block, and nobody was on Warrington's weak side of the floor, and it was pretty nice job there.
There's a 5-second call.
Patrick Wade getting it done. Nice job, Patrick Wade.
All right, so Wildcats get that turnover, and Keegan's going to take it out of bounds for the Wildcats, and the CVC's in a full court man-to-man now.
Yeah, nice matchup here between Holt and Reed. Reed gets it across half court. Content on spreading the defense out here. Passes over to Trey Orcutt. Gets a screen from Reed. Orcutt goes around between the legs. Nice little move there by Trey Orcutt. We got a double screen for Reed, and Reed's going to get a screen from Kula, and there's a timeout from Coach Carlson. I thought we were going to get a 5-second call there, and it wasn't.
Quick timeout.
It wasn't because the defense switched. But
all right, so real quick here while we have a chance, we'll give a shout out to Next Bank. From your first checking account to your first car, first mortgage to retirement, and all the money matters in between. Next Bank people relate because they're your people. They are in your community, sitting beside you at the kids' games, working local fundraisers, and shooting the breeze at the grocery store. Start building the banking relationship of a lifetime with Next Bank, conveniently located in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, there's the ghost shutting the lights off on us again, Cart.
Off and on, off and on. So just kind of setting the scene here. We had a crazy end to the third quarter. There was that off of a free throw that happened? With CVC made a free throw, and the Wildcats passed it in, and they were starting to bring it up, and Ethan Ty had his pocket picked by Jackson, and Jackson went in for the layup, and Ethan kind of pushed him from behind, so there was an intentional foul. And then Ethan supposedly pushed a player as he was walking into the bench, and so there was a lot of action going on there. But on this out-of-bounds play, they bring everybody up to half court, and then they isolate Nick down low, and Keegan hits him, and there's 2 points for the Wildcats. So
that was a nice little play there, drawn up by Carlson. Probably worked on that since day one.
Yeah. So 34-37 with 5:43 left. There's a nice give and go, and there's going to be a foul on Keegan, and Keegan just couldn't slide down. Nice play by the Huskies. Passed it into, I think that was Slamma Jamma, and did a nice give and go with Jackson, and Jackson just got by Keegan. And Jackson goes to the free throw line and misses his first one. And he'll get another one because he was fouled within the act of shooting. And the second free throw is going to be up and good. So 35-47. And the Huskies are in a full court man-to-man press, and Nick's going to bring the ball up. He gets a pick by Keegan, and Nick just takes it in and comes up short and gets his own rebound, and then is going to be called for the foul. I guess that was on the shot, not on the rebound, so that's good. Well, good for the Wildcats because both teams have 5 team fouls. And that was on, Slamma.
See ya, Slamma. At this point,
is out.
My sportsmanship's gone. I'm so mad at that end of that third quarter.
Yeah, that was crazy. So Slamma has just picked up his 5th team foul.
Yep.
And they're going to have to bring back in
probably Dakota.
Jordan.
Dakota Jordan. Yep.
Dakota, go in and play. And he didn't check in.
Yeah,
I didn't think he checked
there.
in.
No.
You're supposed to check in. That could be technically.
I think they've only played about 6. Oh, yeah, they're going to call technical on us.
Yeah,
You crazy,
right.
Carth?
Yeah. So Nick gets the first free throw to drop.
All right, 48-35. Wildcats in the lead. Knocks down another one. There's Nick Reed, the senior, stepping up here, knocking free throws down when it matters. He's got 21 tonight.
So Wildcats stay in that man-to-man, and the Huskies are good defense there by Trey Orcutt. Trying to get it back to in-and-out game, and Kajela moves again, and he's not there when Jordan thought he was going to be, so it's a turnover. Wildcats are going to have the ball. Nick Reed's bringing it up against Holt. And there's Keegan setting a pick, and nice pass by, nice pass by Nick into Patrick Wade, and Telecki goes up and two-hand stuffs him. No foul, I guess, after the 2 touch fouls that they had down. And guess who's underneath the basket? The guy who has X-ray vision when he's at half court. So
no
anyway.
Comment.
Yeah.
You don't have anything nice to say?
Yeah,
I'm just going to not say.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take over now because I got to somehow get this adrenaline out. Nick Reed's got the ball. Kajoa's all over him. Jackson's all over him, and they're going to, thank God they call a blocking foul because that's exactly what it was. Crowd on this side hates it, but everybody paying attention, that's exactly what happened.
He was moving.
All right, nice job, Nick Reed. Draws a foul.
So that's the 6th team foul on CVC.
One more of
so
those,
the
we're gonna be
next one,
shooting.
and then they'll be shooting.
All right, inbounds play lobbed up to Nick Reed. He catches, gets
And
fouled, and
count
one.
it!
That's a good bucket, Nick Reed. Trey Orcutt's just going to get it to the big fella and let him do his work.
And
Extends the lead out to 51-35. And would we get a timeout on the floor here by the
And that's going to
Huskies?
be Jackson's second. He just picked up 2 fouls there, back to back. So Jackson's, and now the other coach is out talking to the official at half court. And I'm not sure what he's complaining about, but you've gotten every call practically. So it's 35-51 here. And
I'm just
the
still
CVC
just
coach is
shaking,
still
man,
out.
at
The
this
CVC coach is
ridiculousness.
still out talking to the official.
I don't know
And,
what he can't like about it. It was
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
a blocking foul.
Oh, I know. That was a blocking foul, and you can't tell me that wasn't.
Coach Carlson couldn't even argue that mess at the end of the third
Yeah.
quarter because nobody in the gym would have saw it that way. So
Yeah.
not sure why he took a timeout to talk to the officials about an obvious
no,
foul call.
Right.
If he's
So-
whining about, they've called more fouls on them, it's
Yep.
because they're playing bad defense. And you
Well, they've called 7 on them and 5 on us. So,
can't. Right.
I mean, the fouls have been pretty even. So Nick's going to go to the line
Try to
here.
finish this and one opportunity.
Yep.
Up 51-35 with 4.5 to
There
go.
we
And
go.
there he does. I think he's got a little confidence going.
Yep.
When game's going your way, it's easier to knock those down. And you feel kind of a momentum switch here
Yep.
for the Wildcats.
So Kajela goes
Gets
around.
swatted by Nick Reed.
Right,
Nice job,
goes
Reed.
around Trey, blocked by Nick, and he's able to keep it and get his own rebound. And he gives a long pass up court to Wade,
All right, Wade's got it.
going against
He's
Jordan.
no call
And
there.
Jackson-
Travel, but nothing.
Yep.
So
So
it's gonna be a
Jackson knocks,
turnover.
knocks the ball out of Wade's hand. No call, and Huskies are going to come back. You got Holt trying to do something. He kicks it out to Telecki with a 3-pointer, and he
Of course,
hits
that
it.
would go in. Reed's got the ball in the inbounds. We got 3 guys on the press up here. Gets it up to Keegan
Then
Kula.
turn around.
You got to throw it the other way, Keegan.
Yeah, look at Trey.
There it is.
There,
Gets
look.
Trey in the corner.
No, don't.
Trey's open. Doesn't want to take the shot. Smart
Yeah,
job by the
smart play.
senior there.
So we got 3:50 left in the fourth quarter, and it's 38-52 Wildcats.
Reed's got it. Takes it down the lane. No call.
Nick
Misses his
misses his
layup.
first
Gets
one,
his
gets his
rebound
second.
back. Knocks it down. That
Yep.
extends the lead for the Wildcats. 54-38. Reed's now got 26 on the night. Should have some more, but they haven't been calling any fouls on
So
him.
Kajel is dribbling around, and he gets it over to Telecki, and Telecki puts up the 3-pointer. No good.
Rebound by
Nick.
Reed. They've got 3 guys up on him. He gets it up to Keegan Kula. Keegan looks weak side. Wants to throw. Oh, there's
Ooh.
could have been a reaching foul on
Telecki.
Telecki, but Carlson calls a
Called a
timeout. I
timeout.
like the timeout there. Maintain the possession. 3 minutes to go.
Yep, 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh, this one's intense, Carson.
I know, man.
We're
Just
too
some
high
crazy stuff.
up. Too high up here. Getting,
Crazy
getting
stuff.
lightheaded for this elevation.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make it sound like that those were bad calls or whatever, but
it
it's
was
just
terrible.
but it's just the thing is a couple of those calls when you're at half court, that literally I don't understand how he realistically is making the other 2 officials look bad if you ask me when they do that.
Yes,
You-
exactly.
and
That's why
one
they're in
time-
those positions.
And both those both
It's
of
like
them were
the
under. I mean, do
umpire-
your job. Do your
umpire
job.
behind the plate, like overruling a call at second base. You can't do it. That's why there's a guy out.
Nick's just padding his rebounding stats by missing the first shot and getting his offensive rebound and then putting the second shot back
Good.
in.
I'm not even watching. I'm still so mad.
So Nick on the out of bounds play puts it up, misses, gets his own rebound, and now the Huskies come back down the other
Huskies
way.
are just firing,
and
trying to get back in.
Kajela shoots it, misses. Nick has the rebound, and Nick's going to take it full
Full
and
court. Get fouled.
Yep.
Well, there's a reason why he had more made shots or more made free throws than anybody else in the state took last year, because he does a lot of work like that with guys all over him and going to the paint and getting fouled.
So that's going to be on Telecki, and that's Telecki's 4th foul. He played pretty much the whole second quarter with 3 fouls, and Nick misses on his first shot, but it was a shot foul during the shot, so he's going to get 2 shots for the free throws. Mixed the first one, makes the second one. So it's 38-57. So we're getting a little breathing room. I feel a little better now. Holt, just with the way they've been checking up shots and getting, who knows. Uh-oh, here we go.
Nick Reed.
Come on,
Can we
come
get
on,
a dunk
Slamma.
attempt?
Oh,
he missed the dunk.
it.
David Warrington on the rebound and the putback.
David Warrington.
Oh, come on,
Dang
Reed.
it.
Oh,
First time I've ever seen Nick
the
try
official,
dunk.
the other coach is yelling for a technical on Reed hanging on the rim. Give me a break.
Well, his little kid, one of his own players was right underneeth there. Kajella there with the shot. and
Keegan Kula
goes
boots it with
up
those
for the
size 17s right out. 2 minutes to go here. Wildcats are up, 21? I can't see that score, 21.
I'm really at a loss on why the other coach is still jawing with the officials with this game.
Every call
I mean, they've
since he
gotten
stepped
a lot
in the
of
gym.
breaks.
Tip ball there by Nick Reed.
Telecki pulls up for the three, short. Holt with the rebound. He's going to go in and throws it up and goes in. Nick just lets him have the shot. So it's 40-59 with less than 2 minutes to go.
Keegan Kula's got it. They got a 2-on-1 break. Hits the wide open David Warrington. Oh, and he missed the layup. Oh, David. That's the same shot he just
made that
shot even.
Yep.
But he was
Trey
more
Orcutt
open.
with
Nice
the steal.
Trey
Nice defense. And then Trey knocks it. Trey knocked it out of Kajella's hands.
Yeah, David Warrington dove for it. And
nobody could get control of it, but David went diving for it on the floor and had it. And before he could get rid of it and Huskies tie him up, Carlson
CBC's coach is wanting a traveling call on David. Are you kidding me? Holt just got the ball, did the same similar possession, was all sweaty and slid 4 feet, and they didn't call travel. They're surely not going to call travel on David Warrington, who's laying on the floor, not moving.
Yeah. He sat up. He was looking to do, but he pretty much stayed on his butt there. I mean, that's not – if he would have rolled or something.
Yeah.
David's had a nice game tonight. He's hit 2 3-pointers. He missed a couple, but at least he was out there. He's gotten some rebounds. He's played pretty decent defense. I think David's had a good game tonight. Stepped in and picked up some slack when a couple of the other scorers. Ethan struggled a little bit tonight, just never could get into flow, got in foul trouble. And so I think David stepped in and done a nice job. So the Huskies are going full court man here. Holt still defending Nick Reed, and then Holt's trying to go for the steal, and he runs into Nick, and that's going to be a foul on Holt. So that's going to be the 10th team foul for the Huskies. It's Holt's third. So unless they switched that before I look, I thought that was 10, but maybe it's just 9. I guess they might have switched it really fast. So I guess it's still just a one.
Reed's going to knock
it's still
this down.
Bonus.
So.
Yeah. And third foul on Holt.
He got
Nick
the roll.
gets it.
60-40, Wildcats up with 1:30 to go. 91 seconds left. And Reed's good on the second one, extends his Nick Reed points tracker to 31.
I think that's the season high for him this year.
It's the season high, yep.
And so the Huskies have Holt, shoots it, and no good, and knocked out of bounds by, not sure how that happened when Jackson was inside position, thought he had it, but they said out of bounds Wildcats, so Huskies get it, and Jackson throws it up and misses, and Keegan does get the rebound, and Nick's got a couple guys on him, and he's going to bring it up. He gets it into the front court, into Trey Orcutt. Trey gets it back. Why?
You're down 21.
Okay, that should be an intentional foul. And they're not even calling it. That's BS. He literally hugged him. I mean, he wasn't blatant, and he's a very little guy. But he literally put his arms around Nick, and they're just saying that it's a regular foul. Nick's going to go to the line. It's 10th team foul on CVC, so it is 2 shots. But, yeah, that was a little ridiculous. So anyway.
63-40, Wildcats up with 1:05 to go. Reed's got 33. About everybody else on the floor for the Cats have 8.
Holt.
Kula with the rebound.
Yep, Holt with the shot. Kula with the rebound.
He's
going to get it
chucks it up to Patrick Wade, and Wade goes up strong.
And misses. And then that's the worst
But
foul.
I don't think he was even doing anything.
He did it. He reached. It's just like, get away from them. If they get the rebound, just get away from them. And plus, you're up by 20. Let's get the game over with, for God's sakes. Just little things, little things. First of all, I should finish that, then you wouldn't have to worry about
if you'd
it.
have finished it, you wouldn't have got a foul.
So Kajella with the ball in the front court, dribbles
doesn't
in,
hurt.
kicks
Carry?
to Lecky with the three. And, I mean, that's shots like that. It's like glad that we were able to pull
There's
away.
another. Why are they fouling with 30 seconds to go down
And
20?
you're 20. You're
you're
not
fouling
going to
Nick
come
Reed.
back.
Come on.
They must want to help him
Trying
get
to
some
pad
points.
his stats. We're sorry
Jeez.
for playing good defense in the first half, so we're going to let you
God, I
drop
don't-
30 in
yeah,
the
and
second.
plus, why foul?
I
You're
don't.
not coming back.
Man,
So anyway, Nick goes to the free throw line again. It's a double bonus here because they have 11 fouls now. So Nick makes the first one, and he's going to 33 seconds left, and Nick knocks down the second free throw. So here comes Telecki. He's going to bring it up, and he's going to get it over to Holt, and Holt is going to drive, and he's going to try to drive in, and he lays it up, and it's no good.
oh, Reed.
And it's knocked out of bounds by Nick. So
Reed trying to get his 130th
Yeah.
rebound of the night. And
So with
tipped it
23
out.
seconds left, the Huskies are going to take the ball out of bounds. Telecki looks and gets it into.
nice steal by
there's
Patrick
a
Wade.
Steal by Patrick.
Blows
Come on,
by
Patrick,
the defense.
dunk.
Come on. Yeah. Nice job. Let the defense
There
blow
we
by
go.
you. Put it in.
Yep.
That should do it. 15 seconds to go. Wildcats are up. 67-43. Holt's
And
still
Holt
playing
goes.
hard. Reed gets another rebound. Please don't foul him. That's gonna get the clock going here. Reed finishes with 35. Orchid's got 7.
What was that?
I think I don't know. I'm not even gonna say anything
Well,
because
something that they didn't like because
yeah, I think Keegan almost ran a kid over when they were walking off the floor. But that's 240 pounds running into 110, so I don't think it was a malicious.
Oh, and
he
think
didn't even shake Keegan's hand. Coach, come on, give me a break.
Owen,
here.
I think Cody's has taken it more than me. Owen says we need to go home. We've had a rough time of it tonight.
Thanks, Owen. I'm sure you've seen enough of these games that you've probably ran into a game or two where you just can't believe what you've seen. I just witnessed a coach not shake a kid's hand after playing
and
a
they're a
hard
Christian
game.
school. You should forgive everybody.
Yeah, well, I'm not going that far, Carl.
Well, you know that the
Wow.
fourth quarter we finally did break it open after that shaky third quarter and just kind of a crazy end to that third quarter. So we did come out and put up a 25-point. And some of them obviously they were fouling right there at the end, but still, 25-point fourth quarter. So that has to be a little nice to see. Like I said, I thought David had a couple big shots in there and kind of got us going right at the beginning of that fourth quarter after that whole crazy stuff went on. And
yeah, they were able to
you
knock
know.
down some shots when we absolutely needed them, and just to keep that lead extended. It was good job. Good job by the Wildcats facing.
Yeah.
I think they were playing 7 people that game against 7 people that game.
yeah, it's crazy.
That was nice job.
But, Patrick Wade had a quiet game, but I thought he had a nice game.
Yeah, his game was big in the first half
Yeah,
when they were
he
in that
hit some
triangle
big
and 2.
shots. Yep.
And when the Wildcats were patient, they got good looks,
Yep.
and Wade seemed to be the one that capitalized on that most
and
of the
I thought
time.
David Warrington came in and did a nice job also. Hit a three-pointer in the first half, hit a three-pointer and had
Yep.
a couple two-pointer there and played some pretty decent defense, got a couple big rebounds. And so it's nice to, again, Marshall had a decent game in the first half. He didn't quite, it was a little quiet here in the second half. And, though the one thing is that, last year I think we were a little deeper. I'm going to say we have maybe better overall athletes this year, but we were probably a little deeper. I mean, you had, you could bring in TJ, and you had, Keegan still, and who else? There was still a couple other seniors from last year's team. And the one thing our guys need to realize this year is that maybe we don't quite have as a deep of a bench. And so, maybe last year an Ethan or somebody were coming in getting foul trouble, and it wasn't imperative. Yeah, we had Trey. Holub, coming in and stuff like, we just had a few more bodies that we had out there. And so, hopefully this is a learning experience for our guys, and just that you have to play defense with your feet. You can't move your feet. We kind of talked about Ethan, and I'm not picking on Ethan, but, he kind of picked up a cheap foul there at the very beginning of the game,
and
just
then
touching
whatever
somebody.
That last foul
and then,
was,
maybe we don't
floor.
foul out. He's still able to play,
Right.
And, whether he did or didn't elbow, I don't know. But, that's the other thing is that if you get a foul called against you, as the athlete, let the coach, if there is any question or anything needs to be cleared up or whatever, let the coach do it. Don't you retaliate by, an elbow or saying something. And I don't think Ethan said anything, but
no, I'm pretty sure he was just walking off the floor.
And you just have to kind of keep your composure like that. So anyway, kind of a weird thing there for the to the end of that third quarter, but the guys were able to do what they needed to do to prevail. So that's kind of thankfully we were able to come away with that. So just kind of a one last shout out to Next Bank. Next Bank, what's next on your list of financial goals wherever you're going next? Next Bank has a loan that's right for you, your next car, your next home, even your next adventure. All are within reach with Next Bank Loan. Convenient locations in Central City, Waterloo, Cedar Rapids, Marion, and Coralville. Next Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So we appreciate Next Bank for all they do for us with the broadcast. And just as a recap for tonight, the Central City girls get their first win, 57-22. And Sarah Reed and Emma Fritcher lead. Both were in double figures for the girls. And for the guys, they moved their record to 3-0 with a 67-43 win. And Nick Reed, you said, ended up with 35. And then I think Patrick Wade was in double figures also for the Wildcats, I believe. And so it's nice to see that scoring coming from a lot of different people. David Warrington had to have been, David Warrington had to be close to double figures because he had two three-pointers, and then he had a layup, and did he have a free throw? I can't remember. If not, he had about 9.
Yeah, he had at least 9.
So that's great output for David to be able to come in and do that for the Wildcats.
He had 4 a game coming in, so as long as those averages just keep creeping up.
Exactly. And so anyway, great job for the Wildcats. Get 2 wins tonight, and hopefully the momentum propels them into next week. We already talked about it. The guys are going to be are going to have a big week next week. So for and you can join us next week. And I'm Cindy McCarthy for Cody Ratliff, and we're going to be the next Wildcat sports broadcast is going to be Tuesday night. When the Wildcats travel to Lisbon to take on the Lisbon Lions, and it'll be, again, a girl-boy varsity doubleheader, and the tip-off will be at 6 o'clock. So hopefully if you can't make it down there, you'll listen in. We love doing this, and hopefully the listeners out there enjoy listening. So join us Tuesday night. Go Cats.
Go Cats.